Hello! Welcome back, everyone, to D6, where I and bring together some friends from across the internet to play on a D&D show.
We're not going fast for reasons.
Yeah, we're not going
absolutely
fast
none.
for
None
reasons.
whatsoever.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Nope,
we're not
nothing
an hour
happened.
late, I promise.
Sips.
Alright. Before we get on into today's session, I'm just going to get through some very quick announcements, and then we're just going to jump right on into it. First and foremost, our episodes are now finally going back up live. We are back on schedule every Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be releasing the video version of our show. Also, YouTube is now introducing the ability to capture RSS feeds, so you will be seeing the podcast audio-only version over on our YouTube channel, and if you're interested in catching up on D6 while also listening just to the audio version, you can find us on all the major platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and now YouTube as well.
Sweet.
I have probably a video that will be coming out relatively soon. I'll be discussing some homebrew content that I have been making for the past several months. And also, if you're interested in catching up on some of our homebrew content, you can catch it over on our Patreon for the $10 tier. There is more recently the Erzi Heimel's Firearm magazine, recently just released, hopefully by this time. As well as the Rittermagus subclass for sorcerers. We have a guest coming by in a few weeks. They are a D6 alumni from way back in the day. So if you guys are wondering who that might be, that shortens your list relatively well. I think that's about it. Am I right where?
Nope. We think you got it. You even mentioned the podcast, so we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're set.
All right, good to know. Well then, with that being said, let us get into today's session of D6. So, where we had last left off. As our adventurers make their way northward, coming out of Baccarat along the Xi'an Sea, and start heading towards Hollengrad after being surrounded by pirate lords and Umbrians alike, winning a couple of fights within the pits, and making their way to a destroyed and dilapidated town, only to find one of the other pirate lords, Viscal Lukeward, to be there. The party manages to fend him off, getting a level in doing so, and deciding to stay the night at the ship before making their way to Arneum, the capital of Hollengrad. There, they go to look for Cotton's missing journal, with it nowhere to be found after attempting to investigate. As such, a couple of individuals decided to approach the party, and Ehrenvold, a High Minister of Hollengrad, as well as his assistant, Agatha, having made some promises and also looking to get a rather handsome reward for their efforts in order to protect Ehrenvold for what is presumed to be an assassination attempt. So, as all of you deciding to agree and spending the night and planning the next couple of days before attending this rather well-known gala, you all prepare first thing in the morning and meet up with each other and discuss your plans of what to do next.
We actually all slept well, considering that
Soft
Bertram
beds.
actually... Soft beds, and Bertram did all the cooking the night before because it was Cotton's name day.
Yeah!
It was really nuts.
So
might
Merritt-
have helped in the kitchen. If you
Might
didn't
have
want
probably
to
got
let
a
him.
bit of a day off.
Bertram probably kicked you out a few times. So I'm assuming the best way to explain this is that we're probably in one of like a study room or some, just kind of like converging together early in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine the Azure residence
So
has a
we'll have
sitting
to make
room.
sure to get.
You spoke right over.
Sorry.
It's okay. What was that,
Sorry.
Kendra?
It's okay. I was just saying I imagine the Azure residence has a sitting room.
It's a pretty big residence. Yeah. Cotton's busy telling Wenry not to worry about clothing and the etiquette so much just now. It's just like, we can teach you that fairly well.
Well, listen,
And-
I'm a good student, but no guarantee the lessons will stick.
Oh, they will.
You don't need them to stick for long, just for one night.
I mean, besides myself and Murad, like, Bertram could probably teach you three fairly easy. Just the basics. You don't need to know anything intricate.
Well, so long as I'm not stepping on anyone's toes. Or hooves, in Rolloy's case.
Yep.
You see as Bertram making his way into the room with a rather nice silver tray with a teapot and cups to serve.
Good morning, Bertram. How are you?
Doing quite well, mistress. Masters, mistress.
Morning. Ooh.
May I ask you a favor, Bertram? Would it be possible if you could teach my friends here just the basics of, just like the basic dances and such, the etiquette that is to a gala?
Surely. Done it with you. Done it before with many others.
See? You guys are
Okay.
covered, and don't worry about the outfits. I'm sure, looking at you, Murad, and then Bertram, we can figure that out fairly well.
I think we can scrounge something together.
And actually having a town nearby versus being out in the middle of the sea?
You're in the middle of the city.
Well, yes, but still. It's closer resources than what you get out in the middle of the ocean.
I could see about, picking up some clothes or materials to help with all of that.
As you see as Bertrand, as he turns towards you, is like, Master Miro, it might be actually quite pertinent for you and Mistress Cotton to go out on the town for the time being. It would be good for you to spend some time together, I'd imagine.
I mean, yes, we can go shopping.
Well,
Should we gather everyone's measurements first, or no?
oh, I could do that quite quickly, actually. As he goes into his front breast pocket and he pulls out with what looks like to be a notepad and kind of getting everyone sized up by just a rather cursory glance before handing you a piece of paper. Oh,
Anyone else getting the feeling of the Spy X Family guy from the butler-looking, like, teacher?
Goodness, Bertram, what'd you do before? You're good at this.
Oh, I've always
Cotton
been
looks at Bertram like...
I've always been
Yeah, it just
a
raises an eyebrow.
servant of many families. I've raised many children and young masters and mistresses. I've served kings and queens. Now, in my much older years, I find that the Azure State to be far more homelier.
My goodness, that's an impressive resume.
Cotton just
And he
sipping
pays
tea.
well.
As you do discuss this with him, you kind of get a feeling between your horns as you're staring into those emerald green eyes of his.
Cotton's
Oh,
just awkwardly sipping her tea.
that explains something. Winry gives a little wink and she doesn't say anything but nibbles on another one of those delicious cookies.
Cotton literally raises her brow at you like, oh, right. Do you do that thing?
Winry just shrugs. Doesn't say anything. Munch.
Well, we have everyone's measurements. Is there any particular fashion, I guess? Like, we'll try to keep it within the parameters of, like, the fanciness of where we're going, but...
More so the fashion that is within our name.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
It's
but
very
any
like
particulars?
Gothic Victorian style around here.
Yeah.
Well, something I can move in easily, and preferably something that hides my shoulders. I don't want anyone seeing my shoulders or back.
Cotton would look to Holly at her height and just be like, I'd offer you some of mine, but I don't know how you feel about a lot of purple.
I would prefer black and something that doesn't show skin. I need to be able to bind underneath my shirt.
Mira kind of pauses and just like, bind. What?
Don't. I understand. Don't worry about it. Anyway.
It's for movement. Don't worry about it.
Looking at you, Holly.
He kind of squints.
Surely I might be able to remember a very particular black dress and a corset that would suit you well.
No dresses. It's something more masculine cut.
I mean,
is preferred.
I've worn
Thank you.
maybe one of my pantsuit types that I have, Bertram, that might work.
That
That's
might work. Yes. Very well. Might need to hammock a few places, but I imagine it wouldn't be too difficult.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you, Roy?
Do you need a minute to think about it?
Well, I don't do these all that often, but probably something loose.
So, basically your robe attire.
Pretty close to what I have on right now.
Yeah.
Just maybe a bit fancier.
Just a few extra frill or seams of gold.
Sure, yeah. Maybe I'll show a little leg.
I mean, you're in our name. It's not going to stand out. So that's a good thing.
Get some gold cuffs for your hoofs.
Ooh.
Oh, fancy.
Now
I might
that's
keep
fancy.
those.
Remember
You think
when
I
I
might
told
get a
you
cap
that
for my horns?
Give people
think you
something to
could.
look at.
Yeah.
a
We
cap?
can get caps for both of your horns, I'm sure. This is
If
the
it
place to
makes-
get it, by the way. Like, if you're looking for oddities, like, he
Yeah,
puts quotation
remember-
marks. And he's
Remember
just
when I
like,
told you that like a vampire here is like a Tuesday? I wasn't lying.
So yeah, if you're looking for the fancy stuff for, like, anybody with hooves or horns, this is the place to get it.
Well, that sounds fantastic.
I suppose we're in luck, Rolloy.
Nice. Alright.
Marauding Cotton, since you guys are going shopping, can I give you my 200 gold pieces and see if you guys could scrounge up a diamond?
Ah,
I can do
yes.
that, yeah.
Oh,
I
that
can
reminds me.
definitely-
I don't think my staff exactly is going to blend in at a gala. If you spy something out there, just let me know.
You could
Mira
wrap it in a
just
pretty
kind
nice
of
cloth.
points at, like, your wrist.
Well, yeah, I mean, I love the Cling Hex, but it's not exactly a spell focus.
Yeah, it is.
Spell focus.
Is it?
Yeah,
It
Yes.
is.
See, this is not something you told me.
It's in the item
let me
description.
read it.
It can be used as a spell purpose.
Yes,
I
it is
love
in
the
the
idea of her
description.
saying
That is
this.
9 miles long, buddy.
I love the
I'm
idea
sorry,
of like
sentient magical
this.
items are really complicated.
Okay, for the mental image for everybody, just her saying this and the rest of the group just in tandem looks at her wrist and looks back up. What?
It's an artifact that talks to you. It might as well be a spell focus. It'd be weird if it wasn't.
Okay.
It just talks up like, yeah, I mean, come on.
Having something else, not this. She goes mumbling off to herself.
I mean, it's an arcane focus that no one can take away from you.
Yeah, they literally could not steal it from you. Same with mine.
No,
one
there
can
is
steal
one
mine
way
from
they
me.
can, and I don't want them to do that.
Yeah. So we can,
Yeah, same. Very much same.
it'll be fine.
Okay. I gotta get used to not having this then. When we will.
Oh, Bertram, that reminds
set
me.
it
If
aside.
that's the case, for Holly, she's gonna need a way to hide her axes.
And I imagine I might have a few spells or two for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I didn't realize I was gonna have to hide them. I was ready to have them on my hip.
You're gonna have to.
Murad has to think.
I mean, the daydream is ornate, so it looks like a piece of just...
That's
like a fancy
true.
sword.
It can look like a decorative thing, but I don't know if they'll allow weapons inside.
You can claim it to be purely ornamental.
It's
Wood
kind of
cotton?
hard to say that it's purely ornamental when it's sparkling with stars and magic.
I mean, that does make it look ornamental, but anyway.
I mean, yeah,
Did you say
it
it was a
does,
signal
but...
of rank?
Yeah. Would Cotton know if it's like something like that might be able to get through a gala like this?
I mean, there are tons of knights and various other individuals that kind of have what is like the ornamental kind of blade and object with them. It's usually the guards that have like the actual weapons. Considering that's what you're hired for, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to believe that that if it pointed in the right direction, that you can make an excuse that you have to have your weapons.
Yeah. So Murad would be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't like these types of people and parties. Yeah, okay.
No offense, Captain. You don't seem like the type to be one of those fancy frou-frou fellows.
No, but
I
he
mean, I
married
can
one.
walk the walk, I just don't like it.
I like the
You
hors
look-
d'oeuvres.
You look so good in a suit, though.
But they're so restrictive. I just need to find a suit that's not as restrictive. I mean, I'm sure Azure got me more suits, even though I clearly just don't want to wear any of them. They better not be blue.
They're probably going to be blue. This is Azure.
No,
I mean,
I'm not wearing his suits. He probably got me suits, and I never wore them.
You do know.
I know,
He
this
mostly
is
wears
Azure.
black, right? He mostly wears black. The only thing blue on his outfit is like his tie, his glasses, and the banding around his hat. You make it sound
Well,
like
like
he's
the
just walking around
underparts of his, the undercoat, the underlining of his suits are typically blue.
Well, we'll worry about that later. We should probably get started early then.
Right, we should probably go shopping.
Murad's just gonna sit there for 6 hours worrying about everything.
Right?
Nah, just mostly steaming. It was just like thinking of just like all the like just people that he's encountered and just not wanting to be with any of those types of people. He's a very family-oriented person, and most of the snooty types are like, oh yes, I'm rich, but I don't care much about my family except they are extending the family line and lineage. And he's like, this I fucking hate this. And I can't speak my mind here.
Oh, Murad, don't you know that's what nannies are for?
He's like, no, you're supposed to raise your child. Okay, sorry.
No,
Let's go.
I know which way. Yes, I will commence the teaching of these three, a proper waltz and step. And as it goes over towards you, Cotton, would you be so kind as to pick up a couple of particular cooking ingredients while you're out?
Oh, absolutely.
He hands you a small list. Eggs, flour, the usual.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now, go on, shoot!
Okay. As soon as the door closes, she's like, "You do realize he's trying to have given us some time together. You do know that, right?"
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
As the door also closes and you two begin to walk away, you see as almost as if the body doesn't even step, it's just turns and rotates in place. Alright.
Suddenly I feel threatened.
Who's first?
Oh dear.
Also, it's fun to just think about them dealing with him.
Oh yeah, they're in the street.
We're gonna hear some amazing stories when we get back, I'm sure.
So, to start off, who's gonna take the first lesson?
Me!
Well, all right. Looks like you're going first.
Alright. As he takes a step towards the three of you, and you confidently put your best foot, or best hoof, forward. And it's like, I can tell that you're a little bit more on the lighter side. Quite mirthful, I imagine.
Well, you know us satyrs.
That I do, actually. Quite a number of you.
Cool. I
Doesn't even matter.
have no further comment on that.
Very well. As he steps forward and he holds out his hands. A proper waltz to start with. Go slow, and then we'll turn up the intensity as we go on.
Oh my.
And, Mistress Holly and Mistress Winry, please watch closely.
Sure thing.
Okay.
Roll please make me a dex check.
A dex check?
Yep.
Okay. Nine.
Oh boy.
It is a true feeling of a lack of confidence in your footwork, as every wrong move is met with a foot kind of pushing your hoof in the right direction and kind of getting you to get a feeling. And as he does it every so often, you just feel as the digigrade of that knee area kind of give out a bit.
No.
Need to learn to be a bit more confident, Master Rollby.
Yeah. Not as confident as I used to be. I'm no spring chicken anymore, and this robe keeps getting in the... You know what? And he just starts disrobing.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, relax. You're not going to see anything.
I figured, but still, it's not expected.
He's just like fully like the stereotypical like satyr with the floofy bottom half and the more humanoid upper half. And you can see now his like neck and the whole like collar around him is sort of this fluffy mane almost.
Huh.
And I should also mention, now that he doesn't have his shirt on, you can see something else. You see right near his, right next to his abdomen is a large, nasty scar that looks like it was made by a piercing weapon.
Oh. Ouch.
Okay. Let's try that again.
Very well. Give me another dex check.
Ten.
You're
We're
doing
getting
better.
up there, one step at a time.
Your footing is a little bit better, as it does meet the DC. And you can kind of feel the rhythm as you begin to understand step 1, 2, step 1, 2, step 1, 2. And you manage to finally get a general hold of this. It's good for at least a single night. I wouldn't call it, I would not call this a professional performance, but quite luckily you'll be there more for combative reasons, I imagine.
Let's hope the combat is easier than this.
Let's
Are
hope
you
it
going to
is.
strip at
Wonder
the
will hold
party
out.
for dancing too?
Don't tempt me, Holly.
When
No,
we
I
offers up
think
a
I
cup of
actually
water.
want to see how it goes.
Proper dressing in uniform, especially if you're particularly in a different culture, is quite unique. I imagine that there will be many individuals who will find Rolloy to be an exotic oddity, if you will.
Oh, you hear that? I'm an exotic oddity.
Alright, so
Very
sad that
sexy.
he's not there.
And not too long before you finally start getting an understanding of rhythm, before the intensity begins to follow through with what one would expect with music if it was applied. And with that, we're going to cut to Cotton and Mira. As the two of you find yourselves walking out into the middle of the streets of Arneum, a feeling of nostalgia, having walked these streets many a time before. The large town, the cobblestones, the the somewhat rather drab weather, and just the constant feeling of the slight danger of any shadow in a corner, especially in this very particular land.
So a Tuesday.
Yeah. Murad just has his hand on his sword, just as a kind of leaning, just casual way, but it's just out of habit in this area and place.
Mm-hmm.
It's but he doesn't show uncomfortableness. He's just he
you
understands.
gotta walk confident.
Yeah.
Did Bertram send us off for anything that we need to pick up clothing-wise for them? The sizes, or no?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
we have the sizes. I have their preferences here. Let's see. And we also need to make sure that we...
I have to pick up a diamond for Holly as well.
Yes, we have the 20 or 200 gold pieces for Holly. And then we're going to get some golden hoof and horn decorations.
Yeah, they're caps.
Yep, some caps.
Which,
let's see.
player note, we're probably going to pay you back when you get back for it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't give you money for that ahead of time.
Yeah, it's fine. Mara's he's kind of counting this as the ship currency, because we're
on the
investing into basically getting more money back, and it's it feels like a ship currency thing. But if you guys want to pay for it, that's up to you.
The last would be the food ingredients. That way they don't get tossed around too much for the day.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Should we worry about Holly with making sure that we can get something maybe a cloak or something, not a full cloak, but a half cloak to hide maybe the axes behind it?
Oh, Bertram has that covered.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Rolloy. We need to find robes for Rolloy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Winry. I don't think I can hash together anything of Zarya's stuff. So we'll have to get something for her. Let me see.
Cotton's
Probably
lived
something to
her whole
match her
life here.
cling hex a little bit, but...
Cotton's lived her whole life here. I'm pretty sure she knows where to kind of go.
Oh yeah, Mirad's naming it off, kind of we're both having a very parent conversation of walk and talk, where it's just okay, we need to get this and this and this and this, and so Mirad is basically following you with you and his periphery.
Yep.
As he's listing off the things to keep in mind, and if we pass by a shop and you're here we go, and then he's okay, cool.
You're also supposed to be enjoying yourself a little bit. Just a little bit. Relax.
I am. I mean, I like feeling normal for a little bit. And this feels
Normal.
I haven't heard Beltania in a while, which is concerning, but honestly, it does help with the normality. We're back here, this town and city. That feels normal. We're going shopping together, which feels normal.
Except for the everything that I am right now.
That I could care less about that, in all honesty. But I understand. I'm happy that I'm with you, regardless of what shape you're in.
I am too, and it's gonna be fine. As the dog runs by barking at everything. Sorry!
It's fine.
Oh no, you're good. That's
I
the
scared the life out of
ambiance.
me just now.
Would you like to visit any places while you're here? Like places that you might have felt nostalgic towards if it's still up and not burnt down to the ground or raided or what have you?
It's only been 3 years. Since, like, normalcy, really.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything burned down. Our name's pretty well put together, at least.
Yeah. I haven't been
what-
here in much longer. So, I don't know.
Well, we'll stick to the list of things, and if anything pops up, we'll go.
You sure? Like, is there no bakery or cafe?
Is there one right now that would be open?
There's plenty that would be open. Those who serve early morning, tea, biscuits, coffee, general overall Hollengradian breakfast.
Yeah. I'm assuming what Mirad wants is just like a little breakfast date, and then they keep going and doing whatever it is that they would need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he likes the walking. He is very much like, I am happy to be here with the person that I want to be with. Like he like
No, I get it. Mirad, she would kind of just pause for a minute and be like, I think I know the place, and then Aaron and I would have to lean into you on this one about where something local would be best.
There is a nice little shop, kind of in the corner street of one of the many crossroads that make up Arnhem before leading to the main ministry castle.
Mm-hmm.
As you make your way into one of the main streets and the rather flourishing differences of many different kinds of races, you find yourself entering in what is this lovely little spicing coffee shop known as the Black Barrel. It is very inspired by import kind of shop. After getting a couple of savory treats and drinks, and making your way outside into one of the many tables with what looks like to be these umbrellas under them, or above them. Cotton, you would actually notice a familiar face from last night is actually sitting at one of these tables.
Is it Agatha?
Yeah. Rather short-looking human woman as she's sitting and kind of flipping through a book and catching up on some kind of reading.
Yeah, she'd tilt her head and just, if she even looks up, she'd just give a passive wave.
Mara looks in the direction that you're waving. It was probably on his bad side. Didn't see her.
She'd mutter, that's Agatha, that's the lady that approached us last night. And she'd mutter it to you.
She doesn't know who I am.
No.
Mistress Azure.
Yeah. Nice to see you. Did she give a last name last time? Or just Agatha?
She didn't give her last name yet.
Yeah. It's nice to see you again, Agatha. How are you?
Quite well. Just catching up on some much-needed study. As to my understanding, I'm trying to assist you in preparing for a much more humanoid disguise.
About that, how are you going about this? If I'm okay to ask that.
I know many old magics. Something of the sort that will certainly have a rather prolonged state. Of course, this does connect into certain aspects, but for the time being, as She closes the book. I am in much need of certain supplies in order to perform such magic.
What would that be?
A few gems. The bone of a dog. And a couple of teeth of a man.
That's pretty normal around here, Mira.
Let me think. No, he did a as in like thinking.
Oh, I thought you were
Of
like you're uncomfortable.
How can I
It's
get
like-
this without getting into trouble? Or hurting a dog. Like, he doesn't really like hurting animals. But he will if he must.
There are
As-
shops around here that do that.
As she kind of
Okay, go.
scoots
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like makes room for the table. Come, sit. I would love to discuss this a little bit further. Get to know you all a little bit better.
Cotton would give Barrett a look like, if you want to.
Okay, yeah.
As the two of you take a seat and see it's the rather cool breeze coming out from the east side. So, tell me a little bit more about yourselves, your adventures.
Yeah. Recently, anyway.
Do you want me to start this off?
Sure.
Well, recently, 2 of our crew members got completely stooped by a very clever traveler on the seas, and it was so funny. This stranger came onto the ship. I was very peeved afterwards, but it's a little
A
bit funny
researcher
now.
from Wallenstein, you mean?
Yeah, the researcher that was someone that you recognized, but forgot her name.
I can't remember a lot of names, you know this.
It's okay. It's fine. It's like Mary like puts his hand on your hand just out of reflex. But, like, even though she might pull away, he still does it out of just
No.
habit. Oh, yay. So he's just holding onto a claw.
I mean, you can
And,
hold on to the back of her hand, there's no claws there.
Yeah. Okay, cool. But they got completely fooled by this woman, and like they were telling their stories and such like this, and then they got gypped. The woman paid them, quotation marks, with stones, and it was fantastic. I was peeved because apparently she had some little scoundrels. I don't know who they might have been, but they went below deck and stole some stuff from that, so that was fun. Let's see, what else? Oh, we entered a brawl at one point in a very dangerous situation. We both won our brawls in the fireball, back in, hold on.
Baccarat.
What?
Baccarat.
Baccarat, yes. That was fun. Of course, Cotton won, and I narrowly won mine, but it was an interesting series of events where a bunch of interesting characters were there. Very, very bizarre. A few people that had strange colored eyes.
What were the eyes like?
Like the night sky.
Lumerians.
Yeah, Mira's trying to also kind of tease
Yeah,
any information about her as well. It's like what she knows about different things.
I am aware of Lemurians. Not my particular field of research, though. I find that their kind does not interest me as much as magic does. Those are the outer
what-
realms.
Your research is in the Outer Realms?
Quite frequently. I've always been interested in the realms beyond our realms. It is quite interesting. You find, the Society of Devils to be quite unique. You find that the society of gods and angels to be equally as unique, but if you've ever been to a realm of pure chaos and pure order, it really opens your mind.
Mirad is just kind of thinking about the time that he sat at like the round table of gods and just like,
Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't left this. We both haven't really left this plane of existence yet. At least we don't have the means to do something like that. Though it does sound interesting.
I have smaller attempts in means. I've only ever had to be to those places when it was required for research. But as time has gone on, I find that my duties here to be a bit more permanent.
Right, you work with the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Would Cotton remember her at all? Think she grew up here?
No, usually individuals like these, they're kind of a little bit more quietly to the background.
Yeah.
You know, secretaries, assistants, they're really not supposed to
Gotcha.
be the limelight.
Well, considering that you like the unknown in different planes, working here in Hollengrad, I can see that fitting for you.
Well, I'm actually quite curious about you, Miss Azure.
Me?
Yes. I mean, for various obvious reasons.
Well, a lot of that's under an NDA kind of deal.
Well, the more I know about it, the easier it will be for when I perform the spell. Certainly, I don't wish for any of us to waste our time if I'm incapable of doing the job wrong.
Well, I can't give you specifics or names. I guess the long story short of it is that this is an experiment that I had been working into to look into a field of being able to help others who can't, say, regenerate or heal from certain wounds, such as, and she'll point up at her eye. And it took me into various fields of research, but it landed more into the lycanthropy and chimera subjects, and, well, flew too close to the sun, and, run wrong calculation landed me like this. However, now I have blind sight, but that's about what that gave me here, and then the rest was a shock. So it did do some in the direction that I wanted it to, but not this.
So, in light of flying too close to the sun, it seems like you've also messed with nature itself when you're not warned.
I was encouraged, but
Mirad kind of gives a
Unfortunately,
nod to that because that's what he was thinking too.
the other parts of it are a little fuzzy. It also wrecked my memories a bit.
Mirad rubs his thumb over her claw.
So if there was even a, not so much a cure, but basically a reverse tool that I still don't remember it.
From what I understand, this is probably more my understanding of history, especially with magic. Chimeratry was initially created by some of the older wizards in the time of the Fatal. Those who wish to mutate and change animals, altering their very forms themselves. It's old and lost magic today, but I sure as well know a lot about it. It can be used on people as well.
But not to the extent that they did that. I just wanted to narrow it down to specifics and use for healing. But
True. However, lycanthropy is a little bit more difficult. It's rather cursed history.
yeah.
Are you aware of how lycanthropy came to be?
Does she remember or no?
Probably not.
Okay. With the research
like-
I had, unfortunately, no.
I mean, like, isn't it like a curse or something? So, clearly a higher being of some sort put it on somebody, right?
You would be absolutely correct. That higher being was a goddess.
I don't know the details, I just know it's a curse.
As she begins to prepare to explain lycanthropy, we cut back to the rest of the party.
Yay!
Real quick, I wanted to ask, does Murad recognize the book that they're reading? I imagine not, but I want to double check something that's nagging at my soul.
You will find out when we cut back to you.
Okay.
Wah, wah.
Gee, Rolly, I could swear. My ears are burning. It feels like somebody's talking about me out there.
What was that? Exhausted.
I think
Learning
it
all
may
those
be.
dance moves.
I think it may be
Master
time to give him a
Rolloy,
little
I
bit
think
more.
you will be fine at the gala. Now, who's next?
That's great. I'm gonna go take a bath instead of
Holly
casting
puts her hand on
prestidigitation.
Winry's back.
Are you voluntolding Wenry?
Alright. Here, hang on to my cape. And Wenry will
Sure.
untangle the large blue cape from around her neck and carefully hands it to Holly. I learned from
Holly-
Rolloy tripping over his own clothes.
Is everybody going to be naked at this party?
I'm not naked, I'm just taking off my cape.
Listen,
Okay.
as fun as it would be to watch everybody get undressed, I'm gonna go take a bath.
Satyrs.
Have fun.
In consideration for those of the smaller folk, most galas do attempt to try and accommodate for those. You probably being no different, Mistress Whitbread.
Yeah, I expect it. Thankfully, with the variety of people here, it's not too weird for smaller folk to be around, so do your best, Bertram. My apologies if the height difference is inconvenient.
Surely you can just follow the body movements at the moment. Try and mirror what I am capable of doing.
Okay, I will do my best.
Alright, make a dex check.
Dex check. How's a nat 20, sir?
You
Damn.
manage to reflect his movements perfectly. Almost as if you're well-timed and in sync.
I mean, yeah, like, you running the drums and knowing how to play an instrument, it would probably give you some advantage on knowing how to step to beat.
I see you're quite the natural at this.
I'm honestly a little surprised, but hey, it's fun. It's just a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
It's just like in my head, like she's doing like this that like arm thing.
Yeah, she probably would. I don't know about you, but this was crazy dance moves. Awesome on my island. Everybody did this. I hope it's not too inappropriate.
I imagine that you'll fit right in. My goodness, I haven't seen something like that in quite a while, actually.
Well, hey, these moves have been on my island for quite some time.
I believe you're a Quacanata, if I remember correctly, from what Eloise has been keeping us updated with.
You are correct, sir.
Yes. I remember Mungrir back in my younger years as well.
You know, I keep bothering people to tell me as many stories as they can of him, and I'm hardly getting anything. Do you know anything that you could tell me while we're doing this?
Oh, yes. Some time ago, he was already quite well older than I was at the moment. I was still young and brash in my younger years. And I managed to cross him one day. I will say, his way of many methods of convincing people to rather come together was inspiring. And you see as he kind of reaches into, like, one of his pockets and he pulls out what looks like to be a little, like, not really little, but, like, kind of this, like, pocket thing about yay thick.
Little, like a pocket watch kind of thing, or?
It's like a book. As he pulls it open, it's like an accordion kind of picture-esque kind of thing. And as he opens it up to, like, the first one, he shows it to you. This, have you ever seen Kurabara from Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yes.
Exactly like that.
Oh my goodness, is that him?
That was Bertrand.
Oh my gosh, that's you?
Like I said, younger and brash in my younger years.
Well, I will say, I didn't expect that look.
It was all the rage for some of us dragons. Yeah.
I don't doubt it. I imagine a lot of things that were strange back then were the height of fashion.
Yes, I was quite impressed managing to coalesce a pompadour at the time. And Mumgre was no different. Oh, his hair was long and it reached for all the way down to his ankles. He said he would never cut it. And then by the time he started putting together that island project, he said he had to get rid of it all.
Oh, he got rid of it? Oh, man. That would have been a sight to see.
He truly was one of a kind. I can tell a lot of him is in you as well.
Gee, you think? She reaches up and scratches at one of her horns. I wonder why.
I don't mean just by blood, I mean also by personality.
Really?
You have a good direction, you have good friends, people you consider trustworthy, and people that you want to help and defend. Probably a little battle hungry as well.
A smidge, just a smidge. And she'll hold her fingers apart just a little bit.
It is nice to see. At least his legacy lives on. Someone, no matter their size, no matter the power. It's just nice to see such a good legacy continue on. It's far more powerful than you could ever imagine.
Well, I am a little person, but I do have a big personality.
That you do, Mr. Twinring, that you do. As he continues to kind of follow up with many other dance moves and kind of explaining etiquette as well. We're gonna go ahead and cut back over to Cotton and Murad. Murad, taking a look at that book now, right before she begins her explanation, make me an Arcana check.
Okay. $12.
It doesn't seem very innocuous at first. Like, it is obviously a book that is probably full of spells and magic and probably a lot to do with both transmutation and conjuration. it's hard to tell, considering that those of more mystical persuasions often don't over-explain magic, because sometimes it just comes quite naturally to them. So, as history would tell, at least as far as people should know, it was the very goddess of nature and sea that had cursed 12 individuals by stripping the old kings of their flesh and then binding their souls and spirits to men. Those men, over a short campaign of many years, tried to tear down groves and statues that worshipped the goddess herself. As such, the effort is now quite a lost history. Their mouths were cursed and their bodies deformed every night. She released those people, those evil people, upon their families, their friends, and each other. Fortunately, such a curse begun to spread through the notes of the goddess herself. It is a sad tragedy, but they decided that they wanted to play with nature. In a bid for power, and as a desire for something that they should not own. They were cursed by nature, and thus is the result of such dark machinations.
Unfortunately, I didn't know any of this.
Not many do. It is quite unfortunate that you found yourself sitting in between a curse and a deformity.
Yeah, considering that the end result wasn't supposed to be this. I just wanted to make advancements in the healing realm, and,
You wanted to help.
if it makes you feel any better, this was only ever performed on myself because if I wasn't confident to do this to myself, why would I do it to others? So it's contained to me.
I see. Well, I am quite familiar with many magics of yore. I am also quite skilled in understanding magic and its laws. The gods do have theirs, but individuals like myself and your friend are capable of overcoming those laws, should the right circumstances be portrayed and the skill developed.
Wenry?
Marad kind of thinks about it and just wait. Are you talking about a wizard or a sorceress?
Your sorceress. She was brimming with magic. Are you not able to discern that naturally? You yourself?
Oh, me? No. I'm just a captain of a ship.
And you can see as her head moves just a bit. I disagree that you're a little bit more than that. Your power comes from your eye. not from the one that is uncovered.
Sure it's not the eye patch?
She can sense magic.
No, I'm fucking with her. It's okay. Mara's being an ass.
Yeah, I know, and she's just like, I would kick you in the shin if it wouldn't really, really hurt.
Well, if anything, I do have certain beliefs and morals myself. I think a deed intended for good, no matter how destructive it might have been, needs to at least be rewarded.
Given the damage that I did, I agree with the sentiment, but I understand the punishment considering what happened in the process of all this, so...
Punishments are for those who deserve. You made a mistake.
Merritt kind of raises his eyebrow at that, just like, only because he's like, there's a few people that would disagree with that, thinking of Beltania particularly, but like he doesn't say that out loud.
Yeah.
Mistakes and decisions that are often best for other people should never just be outright punished. I prefer not to discuss this in a way that others... No. Where others might find it useful for their own machinations, but I can probably assist you with your problem much better than mine.
I want to ask how, but that's just how my brain works. I'm not naturally gifted in magic, I am more alchemy. So I do find what you're saying very fascinating, but I am also leaning on the air of caution.
I have access to a certain spell, one that will be able to perform its duties rightfully. However, there are certain conventions that need to be applied to. Things that need to be attached to. Like for you, for example, I'd imagine your emotions would be a bit more telling.
My emotions?
Right. I might be able to do my best in binding this form, not remove it, but bind. And mayhaps this will serve you a bit better. However, we will need to figure out what will be a triggering emotion for the long term.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. In simple terms, and she explains this for Mirad.
Yeah, Mirad's just like, It's like, he didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, she has a magical option of binding this form, so that way I could still remain with my human form. However, there will be an emotional possible trigger to it that would make this come back. But it's not permanent like what I have done so far, if I'm understanding you correctly.
However, I will need something in return.
What would that be?
Something valuable. Something that means more to you than anything. This way it will ground the spell. Make it last.
Mirad had a tense moment for just a second, and it's like, oh, to ground it and make it last. Got it.
She's like, not talking about a human soul or something. No.
Yeah, like he was about to like just burn a stare into her for a moment. He's like, okay, cool, grounded. Yeah.
They were both thinking, is this bitch about to ask about their daughter? No.
Yeah, it's just like defensive mode, activate. But no, like it was like a split second, like of like that worry, and it washes over immediately. Okay. So, something strong that would bind her to be grounding.
But valuable not in the sense of gold, but what it means to me. If I, right?
Correct.
And it can be an object still, right?
It could be an object. It could be something of value to you that you know that you can willingly part with.
Merad pauses and pulls out the locket, perhaps. He knows that it has sentimental value to him, but...
Oh, that's a locket that they put together for Zara.
Yeah. It's a locket that them both put together. That has pictures of her and Zarya and family members. It has it's one of those that opens up several times. It's not just two. It's it has multiple in them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the wedding ring is also missing amongst a lot of other things she's muttering to Mirad.
I think Merritt still has his.
She does not have hers.
Yeah.
And even if she did, she kind of can't wear it. So,
I mean, yeah. I mean, you would wear it around your neck, probably.
Yeah.
On a chain.
I don't currently have anything with me of that, but I can definitely meet back with you on that one.
Well, I was hoping to try and have this ritual completed tonight, if that would be too short notice.
No, I mean, I am back in my childhood home, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Very well.
Had we been elsewhere on the ship or in other countries, it'd be a little harder. Travel light.
Very well.
Murat just has a thoughtful look on his face, trying to think through all the objects that could possibly be let go. But that's just the thought, that's just the look that he has, in this moment.
Well then, spend the day to think about what you would be willing to part with. And then before sunset, I will arrive in your home, and we will begin the process.
Is there anything you would need from us otherwise?
I think I have everything I possibly need.
And safety-wise, considering that when this initially happened, it was very violent. Do I have to worry about this again?
Guess we'll have to find out.
Okay.
As you see, she picks up the book and she places it into what looks like to be a holster on the side of her waist. I will see you all tonight.
Until then, be safe.
Murat gives a nod.
As she nods back and makes her way towards the ministry. As things kind of settle out within that hour. We're going to cut back to the rest of the party. Let's see. Excuse me. Yeah. Holly.
Yeah.
It's your
Make me a dex check.
Man.
Wenry is just casually just takes her seat, just that was fun.
The other
Walks
two are
out
just
Check
the
her a deck
hallway
save.
Dex check.
with a
Okay.
towel around his neck.
like it's been a workout.
Man,
There we go.
cleaning yourself
That's a
without
17.
just prestidigitation.
As he extends out his hand and you kind of get a understanding for the footing, but you are a rigid individual.
Hmm.
You're
Would be.
quite tense, Mistress Holland.
At all times.
Try and relax.
I don't know if I'm capable.
She'd be pretty good at tango.
Remember your lessons back home.
Then let us try something a bit more structured, more solid. As beginning to kind of change the way he's teaching, you kind of fit more into it. That there's no flow, but there is an obvious, I would say, almost geometric moves. Very sharp, very
Procedural.
yeah.
She relaxes a little bit more when she knows that there's specific rules.
Yeah. It seems like you managed to have a relatively solid idea of what you're doing. Just as much of a natural as Mistress Winry.
That's comforting. I don't mean to be such a stiff, I'm just not into it.
Seems like you have a lot of weight on your shoulders. Amongst friends and allies, please. Speak your mind.
She looks back at Wenry and Rolloy. I don't know. Parties suck.
It depends on the
never-
context.
Have you never gone to celebrations or get-togethers in your youth?
Festivals at the Temple of Death are different than what I think we're going to.
You'd be absolutely right. This place is a bit more livelier.
I would hope so.
Given many
Alcohol.
I'm sure that might help loosen you up.
That's what the situation needs.
She kind of looks over her shoulder at Rolloy and is like, yes, please.
Well, as far as I've always understood, the machinations of the goddesses of death, it's often been equally about the somberness of passing, but there is also her festival, the White Raven Festival, which celebrates life and rebirth. It's a wonderful time.
That's true.
So mayhaps emulate something a bit more closer to that. The celebration of life is just as valuable as it is to grieve death.
I'm learning to lean into my wings.
I bet you are. Listen. As time goes on, I'm sure that those wings will spread much wider, and the light will become much greater.
I hope so. I think you're right, eventually they will.
Being said, I think that we might have to go and look for that pantsuit. I know that I'll be working away at it quite a bit.
Sorry if it's a bit too much. I know I put a lot of specifics on it, I'm very comfortable a certain way.
Fine. So was young Alicia when she was at the academy in her time.
They don't know
A
her
bit
first
more
name.
about.
Ooh, yeah.
Were you not aware of Mistress's true name?
I know her as Cotton.
I'm sure he mentioned it last night.
I've heard people say Dr. Cottonelle sometimes.
So
she is.
She might just prefer Cotton as the nickname.
Yes. Dr. Alicia Cottonelle Azure Aza. Many hyphenated and combined names, one would imagine.
Too many names.
And the last two start with A's because Mirad's last name is one that sounds really close to Azure, but it's not Azure.
Too much to remember.
You know, there was this one girl in my class. She had like 10 different names. So this is fine.
Knowing how Alicia was back in her younger days, a bit more tomboyish, if I remember correctly, and having beat up a couple of boys in the academy for not learning the lessons of keeping their hands to themselves.
A perfectly respectable reason to beat someone up.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. You'll find that our reasons of raising a child such as her was such a rather unique experience. This is the first time that I've ever seen Alois ever express interest in someone other than himself for about 150 years. Very long, sad streak, if I remember correctly.
Damn, just roast him. Just like that.
You would be one to admit it if he had a couple of drinks and a good story to tell, but I'm here now, Arthur.
Well, and also if he didn't have to pop out after just seeing us for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that too.
Fortunately, the Black Archives pulls all of us in every which direction. I find myself liking Hollengrad a little bit more than others. Have you managed to meet any other Black Archives members as you've been on your travels, aside from Alois?
I think he might have mentioned a couple, but I don't remember any details.
You did beat one.
But did we know?
No, I don't think we did mention that.
Well, there are plenty of us out and about in the world. Should you manage to come across at least one of us, I can assure you that help will always be available.
Well, looking forward to meeting some more interesting characters along the way.
As suddenly you see his kind of like his head kind of tilts in a certain direction. A moment, please. It seems like I've gotten a message from one of the masters. I will return.
Sure.
Here, Holly, you have a glass of water.
Oh, but Rolly promised me booze.
Yeah, wine is what we need.
Fine.
Scrounge
Go
the
get
kitchen,
something.
you heathens. Just kidding. Merritt's not
Nothing
there.
lowers inhibitions quite like it.
The chaperone is taking a phone call. I'm sure we can go raid the kitchen for some booze.
Do it.
Mobius, your time has come.
Yes.
Find the wine.
Just fucking rolling around.
Mobius, come here. Here, I'll carry you.
Can an octopus find something by scent?
It's doubly funny because I think he's still a weasel at this
He's still a
point.
weasel, but I still
So he's
want
just
his
ma-
sound.
he's just
I still
making
want this
octopus
weasel to make
noises.
that sound. I think that's hilarious. And they also
Just
have little
imagining-
grabby hands, and they can just move things around. They have little grabby hands.
My hands are bigger. I'll help you, Mobius.
Just imagine a ferret dragging a wine bottle across the floor with its teeth. Just scooching backwards.
It's a rat. The wine bottle. No, it's now Wine Weasel.
The wine weasel.
The wine weasel.
Somebody get him a bow tie.
He's gonna get a bow tie for.
He looks so
Alright.
fetching in a bow tie.
Yes, or he can be draped around your shoulders like a pelt. Play dead.
Never do such thing.
Listen. It would just be for looks. He would still be plenty fine.
Teehee.
That would be a fun trick to play, though. He just plays
Pretending
dead.
to revive him.
Some lady's like, oh, what a wonderful mink. Oh,
I am-
God, Lord. And I'm like, yeah, it's alive.
It's the finest. It's living still.
Then it gets up and like crawls all over her, and steals her pearls.
I'm surprised Reloy's not trying to, like, spy on Bertram now, though.
Oh, now the contemplation of
Character development. Besides, I'm looking for the wine.
That is true.
He has his priorities.
Priorities are straight. After you guys managing to kind of raid the wine cellar and finding a nice port, you do happen to have a returning Bertrand as he's like, much apologies to all of you. I have unfortunately will be dispatched to a very particular situation happening out in the Order Sea, so I might be gone for a few days in the meantime.
Oh,
Okay.
wait,
Wait, we got the house
where are
to
your
ourselves?
Where's the rest of your cookies? I need to know where they are.
Oh, they're in a tin upstairs next to the pantry. Feel free to consume them at your own leisure.
All right, everyone, we need to parse those out. He's going to be gone for a while, and it will be a long time before we get more.
You're so right.
keep forgetting you have Mirage with you.
Yeah, like, it's just like, I mean, I can't say anything right now. It's just, he's like, I can cook for you guys.
Listen,
You know?
I know you can cook. I know you can cook for us, but you can't
can you
make
bake?
Bertram cookies.
Yeah, cooking
I
and baking
can
are different.
bake. I
Yes,
can
but
do
can you
both. I
bake-
just can't make ice cream.
But can you bake Bertram cookies?
Yes,
It's
I
the
stole his
recipe.
recipe years ago.
As right before he does leave, he reaches into his coat again and he pulls out with what looks like to be a sealed note. When you do happen to have the time, manage to hand this to Mistress Cottonelle. It's a rather important missive, if you will.
Okay.
I will be on my way. I will see you all upon my return.
Be safe.
As you see, he finds himself walking out through the front door, and the lot of you are left to the Azure House.
Without
God,
parental supervision.
Oh no!
Y'all can snoop.
You're leaving us unsupervised.
You guys are gonna find all the obnoxious paintings of the family.
Yes.
Oh my god! I can't believe they brushed her hair that way.
Like, Azure treated Cotton like a little princess. We're not kidding.
And then he treated Zara like a little princess, like, afterwards. So...
Look at the
it
amount
would
of
be
layers on
funny.
this dress.
It would be funny for like there an entire wall of like just Alois and then Cotton, and just like as she got older, he just never aged.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks.
As
There's maybe, like, 2 pictures of Murad. Maybe.
Right. That's like a whole wall of Cotton
He
and
cared-
Zara, and
yeah.
then there's one framed picture. It's your wedding picture.
Yeah, like, I feel like the only pictures that Azure would have of Murad is if they were next to Cotton or Zara. Like, there's no individual ones at all.
it's often a lot of family photos. And with that, as the two of you having completed shopping list and managing to get everybody the proper materials as well as getting everything that is properly form-fitted.
And Holly, you would have a 300 gold piece worth diamond. She would offer the extra 100 for that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Also, while getting the gold tips, the gold caps, Murad would also try to find a pin or something that was like a raven motif for pinning onto the suit for Holly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like basically making sure that everyone has some sort of bling on them.
The parents made sure that the kids will be great.
Oh yeah.
Also earrings. Ooh, that would be cool. Just maybe like feather earring or like just really small.
Do you even know if
ones or
your ears are
something.
pierced?
Oh, that's true. I could fix that. No.
Keep it simple.
You're right.
Alright. As you all return and coalesce once more, you find yourselves discussing plans as well as just interacting.
So he's gone for a few days, like right now?
Yeah.
I was really hoping
Um,
he'd be here.
Actually, Cotton, he left this for you. And she's gonna hand over the missive.
Mm-hmm. She'll take it and open it up.
As you open it, the first line that pops out towards you, Cotton, is burn after reading.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like to be a small string of numbers. And finally, the word Nightingale at the bottom.
Does she know what that means?
You could discern the numbers as a cipher.
Oh.
It would take some time to kind of sit down and figure out what the numbers fundamentally mean, but the word Nightingale is a bit beyond.
Yeah. I was gonna ask because, like, I know some bits of her memory is still missing, so that's why I was asking you, would it seem familiar?
It does seem familiar, at least the numbers, but not the particular wording of Nightingale or what it means.
She'll put a pin in Nightingale, but she will go for the numbers for now, what she does know.
The numbers themselves are kind of a numbered code, so each number, once you break it down to match a letter to the number of its position in the common language, you get a coded message of that string of numbers.
And for flavor text, no, she can't hold a pen, but she can dip the claw of her finger in ink and write with it.
Yeah. By the time you manage to get all the letters and numbers kind of put together, it would read out Ehrenwald is under threat of a Nightingale.
Does she know who this was sent from?
All you know is that it was a missive from Bertrand to you. After solving the riddle, you see as the piece of paper burns and vanishes.
Interesting. And she'll return to the group and repeat the message to them. I mean, we already knew that there was threat that he would possibly be assassinated, but now I feel like this is solidifying it. Fortunately, I don't know what Nightingale is.
Could be a code word, like a code name. Could be
Or group.
Some kind of group.
a group or a crest.
Her home has its own library and notes. Would she be able to see if she can cross-reference that name?
Surely. As far as, like, a name, Nightingale is kind of a notable name for those with certain magical properties. Hags like it, Fae prefer it. There are plenty of sorcerers and sorceresses, wizards, warlocks. They all kind of take favor to the name, but its actual isolated meaning can often be attributed to a figure of a rather threatening purpose, somebody that will bring destruction, if that makes sense.
Understood. And usually within magical means, given the list that you just gave me.
You can imagine that the threat towards the High Minister is a magical one.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately I can't punch magic.
You can't, but we can.
Yes.
Right, Rolly?
But that means
You've even got time magic. I've just got...
that
these.
could definitely come in handy, for sure.
Well, I'd hope so.
Yeah. That aside, we met up with Agatha, and as she's like handing off everybody's stuff with
Oh
Mirad.
yeah, like Mirad, while you were deciphering the code, was handing things off to everybody. Sorry, I didn't chime in because it was information I was processing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Agatha seems to feel she has a way to actually bind this and make it more like a true transformation rather than being stuck permanently like this. However, you all know, and I've been very honest about it, when this all happened in the first time, it was incredibly violent. I don't know how this is gonna go. I honestly thought she was just gonna use some sort of illusion magic.
It seems to be actual transformation. Like, I got a glimpse at one of the books that they were reading, and it had to do with transformation.
That's good, right? It's a step in the direction you want.
It can
Theoretically,
be.
yes. I don't want to get my hopes up, and I am concerned with how this could go. If it was just a matter of just simply magicking it away, but she seems to have access to more older, powerful magic.
If you're worried about us, don't be.
I am, considering I killed one of my assistants and permanently maimed the other.
Yeah, but we're like crazy powerful. I nearly held you off on my own during the blood moon, if you remember correctly.
I vaguely remember that night. I remember biting you. You taste weird.
Yeah, I was a All right.
I bet there was a lot of fur.
Listen, it was about time Cotton caught you off guard, okay?
And clipped.
Well, to be fair, Cotton, you remember the docks underwater? You gave me a good hit, but hey. And she gestures, I'm still here.
I appreciate it, but Mom's gonna worry, if I guess.
It's a concern.
Oh, you did bring me back the diamond, so...
I really hope we don't have to use it for that. Anyway.
Yeah, but if we have to use it, we have to use it.
That is
I
a
can
last case.
I can literally put you to sleep.
Also,
True.
I guess one other person helps. I'm not going to be gone, hopefully. I really hope that Altania doesn't put me in another meeting while you were having a moment.
Recovering.
I
It was a
wasn't
little
just
different.
recovering. I was forced into witnessing the round table. Remember? I told you about that.
Yes, I do remember, but I'm saying the circumstances are different.
Yeah. I don't know. She
Speaking
can
of
be a
which-
bitch sometimes. I don't know what she's gonna do, and I
Could
haven't
you be
been able to talk to her.
careful with... She's...
No, I feel like she's fine with me calling her a little bit of a bitch. it's become more and more just our communication to each other, like a friend calling a friend like
A dick.
a dick. Yeah, she calls me an asshole all the time. It's fine.
This warlock
Cut
shit is
just-
harsh.
Cotton just looks at Holly like, I don't think he'll ever get it.
No, he won't. Me and Frey, he won't.
She
thinks
just
it's a
shakes her
bruise.
head.
Yeah.
He's doing his best.
I have to go find something for this thing. She's coming by tonight for this, but how was your lessons?
Oh, they were fine. You should ask Rolly about his. He had a lot of fun.
I realized that my advanced aging makes me far more crickety than I would like.
So, do you think you need like a hot bath before you go to
I just
loosen up the
took one.
joints?
Maybe I could. Taking a bath is far more preferable to just casting prestidigitation.
I mean, you're in my home, so use what you want.
Yeah, like
I am actively doing that. Mobius is searching for the wine.
oh,
Besides,
yeah,
you-
just
as
opens
you
the
all
drawer and
hear-
just grabs it.
Hear the faint sound of a glass bottle dragging across the slab of stone that makes up the floors.
I think we have a winner.
I think I'll go help him out. Mobius, come here. Come on, buddy.
Just
Henry will bend down to try to pick up the bottle, just like, here you go. Good job. You did a great job. Pat, pat,
as
pat.
you pick up the bottle, you also pick up the weasel with it.
Weasels don't like letting go of their treasures.
Henry will hold the bottle in a way so that the weasel can at least rest on her shoulder, and she walks over. Here you go.
Yeah.
Because he
which
did a
one's
good
this
job,
one?
not you.
It's just
It's wine time.
Yeah, it's one time.
I'll meet up with you guys in a bit after that, because Cotton's mind's on, like, what exactly is she supposed to be giving up for this.
Yeah.
So, clearly she's going back to her room.
do you want any help with this?
I think I need to figure this one out on my own,
Okay.
but I appreciate it.
He rubs her back.
I could down a glass and look into the future for you.
Is that how time magic works?
It is now.
Okay.
This is you forget, this is Rolloy brand time magic.
Well, the reason I have doubts is that Rolloy said we all looked as we were just, not alive in one of those futures.
We were on
But you
a
look
beach,
different.
though, and we're not near a beach right now.
I know, but you said I was still this.
Well, she did say that you would slip between forms, right?
Yeah, with a trigger, so I don't...
Well, perhaps you had slipped into it for that particular future.
Or maybe perhaps the nature of time is ephemeral and it can change on a whim and a will.
Yeah. What he
frustrates
said.
me.
Even my predictions aren't 100% accurate.
I
Especially when,
understand
I'm
why...
especially when I'm not making them up.
Squint.
Merritt gives like a frown squint. It's just like, right.
I just
Roll
don't
away.
want to get my hopes up. Because I don't like to lean on the idea that magic can just solve everything. It doesn't.
No,
but
it
don't
doesn't.
doubt it.
Sounds like you haven't magicked hard enough.
Listen,
I
magic
went
can really
to
help.
school long
Magic
enough,
can really
okay?
help, but it doesn't solve everything.
Don't
just
doubt
look
it
at like
so
her.
hard that you block it from working.
It's just that feeling of sometimes it feels like it's too good to be true.
No, there's clearly some caveats that we have to keep in mind for this procedure. It's not... I feel like it isn't going to be a magical way. It's attaching itself to a certain emotion. So,
Which, that's the other part. I'm hoping that it's enough that I doesn't constantly feel like I'm slowly still losing my own humanity.
yeah.
Not to be this person, but have a little faith.
I'm gonna try. Like, she honestly did laugh a little bit, because it is kind of on the nose.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Am I dreaming, or did Holly make a joke?
Did you guys not
I
hear
attempted.
that?
Oh no, I heard it.
I heard it.
Yeah. I'll be back. I just have to go find this object that Agatha said I will need. You guys
Okay.
have fun. Relax.
Okay.
please.
I'm gonna.
Please open that bottle.
Yes, you are.
I can go over any additional dance stuff since your tutor is gone. I can pick up the slack for that.
We have full
no,
reign
we
of
already
the
saw
house.
Rolloy naked, so I think we're good.
I'm still
That's-
naked.
I can
It's-
teach
it's
you a
not
few other
something-
extra things.
It's not something we want to repeat, so.
He's still naked.
Damn.
I'm sorry, but satyrs are. My apologies. Not me. Not for me.
Damn.
I don't
What the
mind the
fuck?
nudity. I'm just concerned about the party going.
Rollo's just getting roasted today.
Merritt's just like shakes his head.
Just right to my face, just straight up called my whole race ugly.
No, I said
Not your
not
whole
for
race.
me.
Right.
I think it's the fur pants.
I think it's whimsical.
He does tippy tappies when he says it.
Slow nod.
Well, he's got to break in those little hoof covers he's got.
Right.
Right, everyone, here's your thingies.
Let's adorn me.
Winter is going to
Are you
play
like
with her
doing
own
like a
little corn
toe
caps.
point when you say that, like on the couch, lounged out with like a bottle
Yes,
of wine?
yes.
He's living it up in
Like,
this
Draw
house.
me like one of your Hollengradian girls.
Merritt just shakes his head. It's just like, okay, here you go.
I think this party is going to be way funnier than the last time.
Alright, so, Cotton,
Yeah.
you split off from the rest of the group in order to find a thing of value.
Yeah. It'd be in her room, I'm sure.
Find yourself currently inspecting many of the old objects, no longer adorned like before.
Yeah, but nothing like just like gifts that she got over and over again. Just something that has a lot of meaning to her. And she's teetering between around when Zara was born or when Azure took her in. You know, when she was literally given a second chance at life and getting a family. However, I don't know what's in this room. I don't know if she remembers most of it either.
Various things. In particular, you have that necklace that was given to you by Alois at a very young age with one of his scales. You have a pair of glasses when you were younger, the first ever, that was given to you. You also have what looks like to be this small steel band with what looks like to be medical information that was given to Zara when she was born. You have various little things, toys, things you made, things you planned for. This was all well in advance. None of these things had any meaning before, but as you kind of inspect further and further and open boxes, move clothes, things start to slowly come back to you. All these things that never had meaning before have meaning now.
Does she have anything from Kimmy?
She does. It is a small book, a record of her growth, of what was the growth of throughout your childhood. Lots of notes about how to move forward with what was the trauma of having lost her eye and that night.
I have a feeling it's this. Like, it was her second chance, and Kimmy was essentially her surrogate mother. And for a while, she raised her before Azure kind of learned how to be, raising a human child. And she'll kind of, reminisce going through it and seeing a lot of her notes in there. And just kind of she's gonna kill me if this goes missing, but... The fact that she's looking at it and she's already, trying to fight back tears, just kind of looking through all of this, because those memories are still pretty fresh, I'm assuming. Because not most of her memory was gone, just chunks here and there.
It was probably a little bit more meaningful, as this book was probably given right before Zara was born. Just to remind you, being a mother isn't all that bad.
Yeah. It seems daunting, but it's also a gift. And she'll tuck that away in her pocket. This better work. Because in her head, the alternative is trusting a man she doesn't feel like she can trust. And at least be one less thing he'd have to hold over her head.
As you descend back down to the stairs, reconvene with the party. As afternoon slowly turns into dusk, you hear the faint taps of the door.
And Cotton will answer it, seeing as Bertram's not here.
There you see, carrying what looks like to be a rather sizable bag in one hand, and...
Oh, and she'll pick it up for her, here, let me help you with that.
Oh no, these are my tools. I will be needing them. As...
Oh, okay.
She walks to the middle of the main foyer with all of you kind of inspecting and looking. Right. There's enough space here. Begin my preparations. As she goes and she opens the bag as she pulls out with what looks like to be a long staff. As she taps the ground, and it kind of just balances itself upwards and kind of acting and swaying ever so slightly.
Wow, I need that spell.
There's no spell, it is a dowsing rod for magic.
Oh, well, that is cool.
As she kind of moves the staff ever closer and closer towards the center. Right here should do. Before she backs away from it, and then as her hands spread out, you can see as the entire floor begins to almost become like liquid, as the stone then begins to meld and form into a shape, as it raises up and creates what looks like to be almost like an altar. As the altar kind of finishes solidifying with small steps leading up to it, this rather grayed out looking altar kind of just made at the last second. Right. Well, I need to prepare the ritual, so I recommend not messing with anything here until I tell you so.
Okay.
Would it be alright if I just check this out? I'm sorry, this is incredibly cool, and I've not seen any of this in my studies.
You got it.
You go sit down.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Holly, can you help him?
I'm
Yeah.
magic.
Come here, Roloy.
I know these things. Okay.
Let's go be magic over there.
Boy.
And we can finish off the bottle.
Yes, well, Miss Agatha, I hope you don't mind if I take a look around. Honestly, this is new magic to me. Do you mind if I take a look?
By all means.
Alright, well, Wenry will like to inspect the altar without disturbing anything. She just wants to take a look around.
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana... Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, it was almost an 18. I landed on it, 2.
Unfortunately, it does escape your knowledge on altars like this, but as far as like altars with what looks like to be this magical etching in the center, places like this are often built along ley lines for magic that kind of just spread out from what are these veins that are connected within the actual world. And by creating altars in these specific places is how you can maximize the potentiality for these magics.
Okay, see, that explains the rod. You were finding a node to park this thing.
Exactly. And it will be returned to normal after we are done here. For the time being, as she looks towards you, Cotton, did you happen to find anything of particular?
I did. And she'll, like, go into her pocket and hand her the book.
As she takes the book and she climbs to the top of the altar, and within the bag she begins to pull out various components and items as she begins to kind of lay them out in several different directions. As she manages to put everything in its rightful place across the entirety of it, she looks back towards you and she beckons you towards the center of the altar where you see what is this table having been placed.
Okay. And she'll do as she's instructed.
Just relax.
I will try.
Merritt's keeping an eye.
I think we're all keeping an eye at this point.
Do you need some help?
Except for him.
Merritt's gonna make sure that there's a
I can
nice
do a
little...
thing that makes it easier.
No. It's okay.
No?
It's okay. Roloi, just pet the weasel here.
Going once.
Roloi, it's okay, thank you.
It's good stuff. Oh, fine.
You know, I looked away for a little bit there. How many glasses did he drink?
It doesn't matter.
Too
Save
many.
your spell
Gotcha.
slots for if something goes wrong.
Well,
I'm sober enough to cast some spells.
As you begin
Just
to
completely
see,
ignored me.
you can tell she has
She's not
a
paying
very
attention.
intense focus on this slab. As you lay down Cotton and you begin to kind of drift, you can feel your heart both afraid but yet fearless. It is something that makes you both concerned because this is not the first time that you've had to lay down for a procedure, but this is not scientific.
No,
This
it's
is
purely magic. This is why she was nervous.
As you begin to hear the faint sound of chanting. you can hear the low words as they begin to echo throughout the hall. As you notice as the light just above the windows of the doors begins to fade into darkness, and the low-lit lamps within the room begin to kind of die and be muffled. You then see along many of the inlays of this platform begin to slightly spark and glow. As the energy begins to spread outwards towards its edges. As you see as that book that you had presented begins to rise and float upwards. You can see that it begins to also have this shape and geometric, almost like circuitry design begin to encompass around itself. Before you hear a large thunderous crack outside. As you see as the eyes look upwards and you can see the front doors are beginning to shake, almost as if something is buffeting against them.
Is this in her head or is this like everywhere?
You guys are
you
seeing
all
this.
notice. You
Okay.
all notice this. However, Cotton is starting to fall into a more zen-like state.
Shall we brace the doors? I don't know if their shaking is a good sign.
Are they bracing because of magic or bracing because of something else?
Seems like something wants inside through the doors, but it doesn't have the right to enter this house.
I'm gonna just lean against that door. Absolutely
Yeah.
not. This place is so spooky all the time with vampires and shit.
As you brace yourself up against the door, you can definitely feel almost as if like blasts of wind are hitting the door harder and harder, almost as if something's trying to break in. And I need you to make me a strength check.
Okay.
Oh boy.
+4. Strength check. 16.
Guidance.
16?
Nice.
16 as your back goes, you almost feel like you're about to lose your footing before you throw all of your weight into your shoulders and knees as you fully brace up against the door as you feel another resounding pound up against the door and you manage to hold it there. As the ritual continues, you begin to notice that the light from the ley lines beginning to burst up ever slightly.
Merritt's gonna tell the others to just keep an eye on like the windows and stuff like that as well, just in case.
Yeah, when Romu's just gonna start building up a little magic ball in her hand, just ready.
As you notice, as you are all watching this display. Excuse me.
Oh no, it's the soft music.
You all noticing at a single isolated moment as everything begins to become brighter and the lights of the altar begin to fill the entirety of this dark room. Mirad, you are feeling the hit of those doors again and again and again. I need you to make a strength check.
Okay,
As
I'm gonna
you
use
feel-
that guidance.
Yeah, as you
Yeah, I was about to
feel
say.
you feel like your ankles are now beginning to actually slide against the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that guidance.
Yeah,
Let's see.
take that guidance.
Ah, fuck. Not much. It's a 9.
Yeah. As everything dies down for just a moment, and you think you're safe. Another resounding hit as you are then thrown forward and you slide across the ground as the doors are wide open and you see nothing is there.
What?
I'm gonna turn on my detect magic eye.
And as you do, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no! Not wisdom!
If you're using a magical eye to do this.
Okay. Oh. One moment. Yes. Got a little buffer on D&D Beyond. Alright. What was it? Wisdom save?
Wisdom.
Yep.
Got it. That is an 8.
As you look up and you see almost like an invisible form of force, just pure green elemental energy. As such, you feel an immense pain in your eye, as if it was to purposefully show that nobody is supposed to see this. You are taking...
Oh.
Nice. Yep. You're taking 15 points of psychic damage
Ouch. Owie.
as it slams into your eye, almost as if you feel like vines are wrapping around it and then pulling your face into the ground.
Ow.
You just managed to notice the figure itself is very feminine-like. You see what was a moment of long flowing hair, this massive wreath, and a staff with a lantern in the center of it. And
Oh. Okay. Sorry.
And as you can see, just this resounding tap and massive gust of wind as it enters this room, as you notice as the altar is then hit on the side as this massive magical force is trying to push back at whatever it was that attacked it.
Mirad tries, like, even after wincing and taking damage, he tries to point it out. There's a thing. Describing what was described as like the green and the hair and the cane with the lantern. Because Mirad wouldn't know who this was, but it sounds... I feel like I know what this is, but that's from a different campaign.
Yep.
It's exactly who we think it is from that
Okay.
other campaign.
Yeah, so... Mirad doesn't know who this is, though.
No.
As another resounding tap as it hits the side of the altar again, and you can see as Agatha is now trying to hold onto the spell as best she can.
Can
hang
Mirad
on.
shoo it off?
Is there anything we can do?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try
you
a
guys
thing.
you guys can certainly try.
I'm going to cast Blink on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to get shunted to the ethereal plane.
Alright. As you cast Blink and you find yourself in this strange ethereal world, you lock eyes with the figure, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, shit.
Wisdom saving throw. What is my wisdom? +4.
soft 20.
Soft 20? Okay. So you're taking half damage. It's 22 points of psychic damage halved.
22 and a half, thank goodness.
11.
As
Ow, firstly.
As suddenly your eyes are almost met with the feeling of the equivalent of bees trying to sting out your face.
Oh
Roy just says, "Hey!"
As you manage to just barely see the figure itself, much to the same realization of what he saw. However, you notice that with the initial sting, you also take note that the antlers that kind of make up the form begin to also kind of spread out a bit.
Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Alright. Winry and Holly, what do you guys think?
I would like to cast Shield of Faith
Alright. On
on Cotton and the altar, if I can, to try and catch them in that protection.
As you go to cast Shield of Faith, and it does envelop the area a bit, you take note to hearing the sound. You do not get off so easily when you mess with nature. As you can kind of hear it being whispered into your ear.
Holly just looks around to see where the voice is coming from, and when she doesn't see it, she just says, "That's my friend, and I won't let you harm her if I can help it."
Alright. Winry, what are you doing?
I don't know what Winry can do here. She's probably going to ask Holly first off, just like, who the hell are you talking to? There's nobody here.
I heard a voice and something is knocking at the altar. Obviously, I think it's on...
Mira pointed at it. I hope that was clear.
Well,
I think
yeah.
it's on some plane we can't see.
Well, unfortunately, I don't exactly have too many defensive spells here.
I don't know what to do
Perhaps
either.
she'll just scream to the Aether, just like, what do you want? We're just trying to help our friend. I don't know if it can hear me.
You can try attacking the spot that Mira pointed to.
I don't know if attacking that's going to be the best thing to do. Winry's probably going to try to prod it with her staff, gently just figuring out, just like, where the hell is this thing? I can't fire at something I can't see.
What is Agatha doing in all this?
She's still trying to maintain the spell.
She's trying to keep the
Okay,
spell
so
going. We need to protect her.
Yeah, maybe you can help
Oh,
Agatha.
bet you really
Okay.
are kicking yourself. You didn't take old Roy's help now.
You're in another plane of existence, shush.
Yep.
Alright, well, I guess Winry's gonna try to at least stand between Agatha and whatever is trying to come this way.
Alright. As you feel an immense amount of energy coming from the doors. As the pure elemental energy is a force that you've not felt for a long time. There can only be some equivalent to that kind of energy, but it is not in the shape that it would usually be. As you try and position yourself between the altar and whatever form, whilst Murad is kind of on the floor grabbing hold of his eye, you hear the whispers. They face punishment. though they're crimes against nature itself. I recommend stepping away, John.
I don't want to, and I won't. Winry will probably draw the Cling Hex at that. Even though she can't see it, she wants to make a stand.
Well, as the wind begins to slowly die down, you suddenly hear the faint cracking. Almost this wooden creaking as it begins to enter all of your ears. Coming from the door, almost starting at the top of it, like reaching like these long wooden claws before the body slumps over while holding onto the top, and then as you see standing almost this large wooden hunched creature with these massive wooden antlers, these deep glowing green eyes. An emissary of the Evergreen Guide is here. And we will prepare to fight that after break.
Ah, shit.
Oh, shit.
And I can't do anything.
Nope.
Awesome.
Well, the upside is, it's wood. I have many fire spells.
It's that. That is not just wood.
I know it's not just wood, but...
Alright, with that being said, we're going to go ahead, take a quick 10-minute break. We will be right back. We'll see what happens then. Alright, until then. And we're back. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to
You
your
okay?
late scheduled Halloween episode where everything goes spooky.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Fair enough. Alrighty.
I will try to cough away from the microphone as much as I can.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Alrighty. Well, with that being said, you guys have a threat amongst you. With that, we are going to go ahead, jump on into it. So I need all of you to roll me initiative.
Oh,
Me too.
Here we go.
Am I also rolling initiative or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what to do here.
Oh, look at you, Ray, rolling high.
It's a 1!
Makes sense. You're sort of on an altar right now.
You know, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It kind of fits.
It's a 1. Okay.
Oh, poor Murad. On his
What do you
ass
mean?
in front of all this.
Oh yeah,
The creature's in front of you.
he doesn't care. He's like, I'm protecting my wife.
My wife.
Alright, and what was Rollois?
14, I believe.
I technically rolled a 2.
Okay.
Best roll of the night.
I think I've got the highest initiative plus out of everybody in the party.
Probably.
What is your initiative?
Probably.
It's +5.
I've
Yeah,
got a plus.
the
I've got a
alert
plus
feat, I
1,
believe.
so.
Which
Right?
for a wizard is weird. But I'm a time wizard.
You're a
also
time
a
wizard,
lord.
and you're also a satyr.
You're
That is
just
true.
weird.
Very true. Oh, I just realized I need to stop putting the compass down there.
You do.
Alrighty. That being said, it is top of the round. Murad, you're up.
Okay. Half movement, standing up. Hit. Next order of business. No, don't think about it. Mira would just attack. Yeah. I'm gonna be activating Green Flame Blade. During my first attack. Let's see. So 14.
14? That will not hit.
I mean, that thing's gotta have some toughness to
Not
it.
one. Yeah, this game just does. I
No.
can't hit anything.
We're getting you one of the dice that I have now.
Might as well.
You'll join me and Connor.
Alright. Alright. Is that all Murad will be doing for now?
I'm going to let me see. I'm gonna make sure that the movement feature isn't to hit, like on hit.
Is it the mobile feat?
Yeah, mobile. Nope. Okay. Whether you hit or not. Okay, cool. It was at the very end.
Okay.
So I'm gonna spend the rest of my movement getting away from the creature.
Nope. Rollo's gonna pop back in and be like, oh, what the fuck?
Alright.
All right, that is my turn.
Okay. Winry, you're up. Rolla, you're on deck.
All right. Well, excuse me. Let me see here. I think I might just let's try smacking it first with a firebolt and see what happens.
Firebolt?
That is a
Yeah.
16 to hit.
That is right on the money.
Okay, so at least a 16 to hit this guy. Gotcha. All right. That is 2d10. Ooh, 19. Not bad.
Yeah.
Noise.
Hey.
I
When
got
you
lucky on that
protected
roll.
your friends.
It's important.
Stay back! I don't
The
care what
magic
you
of
are.
friendship and a gun.
You're not hurting my friend.
All right. As you, Mirad, kind of swing your flame blade, and Winry, you releasing a bolt of flames. As it hits, you can see a large chunk of wood breaks off as it. And as you see, like, half of the wooden arm slumps down, where you see several vines reach out and then connect back, and then. And you can see as the vines are trying to hold the arm back into place.
But did that undo the damage we did?
No.
Okay.
That would be mean.
And Winry will stand ready, because she doesn't want this thing charging, and she's the only defense right now.
Right.
Your tank is unconscious.
I am not a tank.
I'm talking
as-
about your wife.
I know,
As
but
squishy
I am
as
making
Winry
it clear I am not a tank. I am not
No.
standing in front of that thing. Unless it's a last resort.
All right. Anything else you want to do, Winry?
Let me see here. What can I do as bonus action? Well, I guess she's gonna cast Shadow Blade on the Cling Hex and just be ready with it.
All right. Good to know. Roll away. You're up.
Start of my turn, I back into the material plane. Oh. All right. Looking at that thing made my eyes feel What is that?
Apparently, it's the thing. It's the thing, but it took the doors. Those are the front doors.
Oh, all right. How close am I to it currently?
You are.
I think he's that little plurple one.
The darker one on the left.
right here. So,
All right, am I within 30 feet of this thing?
No.
No.
I think you're outside, yep. You're within
Yeah.
30 feet of me.
I would like to get within 30 feet of this thing.
But staying on the edge of it.
Yes. I have 35 feet of movement. So whimsically prance. Still naked.
Whimsically prance.
Yes.
You wobbly prance. You're drunk.
I mean, wizards don't
Hey,
wear
listen,
armor,
it,
so.
it helps my coordination when I'm. I don't feel as crickety. I just go with the flow, man. And then I going to cast slow.
Slow. All right.
Yes, on this thing, it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
15.
DC 15, yes.
15. All right. Luckily, it has advantage on this.
Advantage.
Did you nat 20 this shit?
I rolled 2 nat 20s.
No, that's it.
That thing is
They're
way.
both grounded.
I'm not
Shift, roll
kidding.
again.
We
Chrono shift roll again.
11, 10,
We'll take
7.
the
11. It's not the dice. I could definitely tell it's not the dice. It was just
He
me.
But he did say Chrono shift, do it again.
Yeah, roll again.
Okay.
After the modifier.
24.
What?
God damn.
Well, I tried.
Yep.
And now,
I moved to a different dice for the time being.
I'm squinting at you. I hope you know that. I'm still mad about last week.
I'm
at
really
the
sorry.
end of my turn, pop back into the ethereal plane.
All right.
That's just fucking funny.
As
I'm,
you,
I'm keeping my eyes closed.
yeah. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, at the end of my turn, I'm going to speak out in Sylvan. You don't need to do this!
As you say so, say it in Sylvan. In response to Sylvan, It is the laws. She broke the rules. She faces the consequences.
She suffered enough.
Alright. It is now the Leshen's
That's my turn. Well, I tried, folks.
Alright.
It's okay. I give you pats. Thank you.
As this thing,
What?
as you can see, as it takes one of its hands and it grabs onto one of the wooden walls, and then it just starts climbing up and around, upside down, looking down to to at least the two of you.
Is he spider climbing?
Spider beast.
Either that or tree stride because wood. Am I correct in that?
It's probably just spider climb.
It has a climbing speed.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, is this...
As it now like kind of crawls over the top of the ceiling before it leans back and then releases from its hands. It's gonna make... I need Winry and I need Murad to both choose acrobatics or athletics.
Oh.
Well,
Is this
I'll
like the moss
choose
huge thing?
athletics.
that's a 9 for Wenry.
That's a fail.
23.
All right, Murad, you make it. As releasing out like long tendrils, these long vines wrap around you, Winry, and Murad, just knowing what it could be, you cut them and then jump back just enough to where you see as they both slam upwards, and Winry, you are then caught in these vines as you are crushed under the weight of them, and you are dragged
That hurts.
upwards to the Leshen.
Ah, jeez.
A lesson?
I think it's a leshy. Like, it's
Leshy.
a plant creature.
Leshy,
Oh,
Leshen?
man.
Am I pronouncing that?
Connor?
Le Chou, Le Chat.
Leshen, Leshen?
I mean,
Tomato.
Leshy, they're both correct, I think.
I think so
okay.
too.
Alright. And with that, you are also taking some damage from that, Winry.
Yep, I figured out. By the way, real quick, just because I want to write this correctly in the notes. Leshy, how's that spelled?
Leshen.
H-E-N. Gotcha.
And you're
All right,
taking you're taking 10 points of bludgeoning damage as the tendrils wrap around you, pull tight, and then whip you upwards. You hit the ceiling, and then you're just dangled as you notice that as you get close to the body, you see what are these long wooden spikes that make up a majority of its body as you are then pulled close and stabbed by them.
Ow! Ow!
So as long as you remain grappled, you will be taking damage.
Okay, well, I gotta try to get out of that then.
Alright. And with that, it is now Holly's turn. Cotton, we'll get to you in a second.
I'm going to maintain the Shield of Faith for now.
Concentration. Alright. And what else are you doing?
I'm gonna throw some axes at it.
Alright.
6 to hit on the first one.
That will not hit.
8 to hit on the second one.
As you pull out your axes, as you throw both of them, they, in an attempt to not hit Winry, They just go ever wide as they hit the ceiling, and then they end up right back into your hands.
That's all I can do for right now without losing concentration.
It's all right. You tried.
All right, Cotton. You feel an energy pulsing into your heart like a burning feeling as it begins to slightly spread out from you, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Con, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Uh, 24?
24. All right, good to know, good to know. That's 29 points of fire damage halved.
Okay.
As you feel your veins burn and your skin feel like it's tearing off of its bone. As you release this blood-curdling scream into the room.
Yeah, sorry guys, can't do that. I have neighbors.
It's fine.
I don't want the cops called.
Yep. All right. That'll be the end of that. Mirad, you're up, and Winry, you're on deck.
Okay.
Roger that.
I am going to basically like call out. Well, Rolloy can't probably hear me. He's at the astral plane. Never mind.
The ethereal plane actually different.
Actually,
Well, you better just have pocket
either
pickers
way,
around yours.
I actually can see and hear you.
yeah,
Oh, so you heard the
I
scream
can't
too,
hear
then,
you
huh?
though.
You
so
can't
it would
see
be,
me,
it
but
would
I
be
can
hard.
see you.
Yeah. Because it's like, I was going to ask, like, hey, what kind of hex should I use? Wait, I can't hear you. I can't even hear that answer. I'm just going to use hex anyway. I'm going to hex this guy. Let's see. And he's going to have disadvantages on Dex
Wisdom,
Wisdom?
I think.
I mean, like, I was gonna give him disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, so Winry
Okay.
can try to, or strength
Yeah, that's
saving.
true. Yeah, go with Dex.
No, you have to use athletics to, so that would be strength. I can burn a second spell slot if I need to get it changed. So I'm gonna use strength first. To give him disadvantages on strength saving throws, just so Winry can have a chance to get out. And then I'm
Thanks,
going to use
because
a
I've
cantrip.
got a -1.
Yeah, I'm going to use a cantrip to shoot.
Is it checks and saving throws?
Let me read.
What's the wording of the spell?
Let's see. You place curse on the creature within range, necrotic damage. You choose an ability. When you cast the spell, the target has disadvantages on the ability checks with the chosen ability.
Just checks.
Ability checks.
Yeah,
Not
So
saves.
not saving throws.
not saves. But with grapple, it would have to be a check. It's not a save.
Yes. It would have disadvantage on maintaining a grapple on them.
Yes.
Smart.
So- Yeah. Keeping an eye out for everybody. 2 Eldritch Blast coming his way. I can't reach him, I believe.
Help you!
That's a 23 on the first hit.
That will hit.
Nice.
And then that's a 24 on the second hit.
That will
Nice.
also hit. Yeah.
Yay!
Go away.
So that's a 7 force damage, a 6 force damage, and then that is also 6 points of necrotic damage and 4 points of necrotic damage. Because Hex triggers every time I hit.
Yes.
Are we going to a rave now too?
It's
What
so,
is
it's flickery.
It's
That's
supposed
the-
to be for the altar. I couldn't put it under
okay.
it yet. I'm like,
That's your magical girl transformation.
Yeah.
Yay! So yeah, I'm gonna hit him, and then I'm gonna walk closer to the altar to just try to still be like, if I
Within
need to
range?
be someone in between this creature and Cotton, then I will.
So
But-
Berloy can see and hear all of this, including the screaming and the fire, the blast of Eldridge and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew. Finger guns.
Huh.
All right, that's my turn.
All right, Winry, you are currently grappled up to this thing. What are you doing?
Well, Wenry is going to attempt to get out of this grapple.
It's true. All right.
And it has disadvantage on the check.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you are taking piercing damage though because you did
What? I
start
thought
its turn.
that was okay. Fine.
It's at the
Yeah,
start
that's
of your
fair.
turn. It's at the start of
That's
your
fair.
turn. Yeah. All right. And you're taking 8 points of piercing.
Owie!
Yep.
You need to learn the ways of the barbarian, rage that shit and have it.
Tiny barbarian Wenry, can you imagine?
I would love that.
Path of the Juggernaut just makes you bigger.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna try to get out of there. What do I roll?
It is an escape check. Choose athletics or acrobatics.
It's gonna have to be acrobatics. That's the only one I have a plus on of the two.
All right.
That's a 6.
Nope. As you remain close and stuck next to this guy, but you still have the.
Even with disadvantage?
Well, no, it's not. It. So
It's
here's
a
the
roll.
thing: the initial roll is against their check, and then once you're up against them, then you have to beat their DC.
I misunderstood that then.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You tried.
Can she still cast a spell?
She spent her action trying to escape, but you still have your bonus
that's right.
action.
Wait, doesn't
Well-
your wings help you with some of this stuff too?
It helps when it's AC. So, no, it doesn't help me in this situation. If Aaron wants to be a benevolent DM, I can try to use those wings to try to push myself free, but no. No, there's nothing I can do here, because my bonus action allows me to cast Shadow Blade, but that is just something that goes on the Cling Hex. I have to actually use the Cling Hex to have it have effect.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
So, she's probably just still screaming, just like, ah, fuck, this hurts!
Fair enough. Alrighty. With that, Rolly, you're up.
Okay. I don't think she's biting. Let's see. So this Celestian is on the roof currently, correct?
Yes.
The ceiling, but yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And how high up is it?
Da-da-da. It's about 25 feet up. I'm counting that right. Yeah. No, 20 feet. Sorry.
Wenry will still take damage when she falls, so...
Y'all need to get Featherfall.
It'll be alright. It'll be okay. Alright. I'm gonna try and see if I can get this big boy down. I am going to raise the Shard of Dunamancy, and I'm going to have it conjure up some watery goodness as a jet of water erupts from the ceiling as I cast Tidal Wave.
Oh, and he's got the strength. Nice.
Well, it's a
Nice.
dexterity save,
Oh,
unfortunately.
oh,
so,
no,
Damn
come on.
but it's
Listen,
a
we
giant
can't
tree
predict
guy.
how this is
Maybe,
gonna go.
maybe
Yeah,
his
I just know
dexterity
better
is
now
poopy.
than to just not go with anything else but
Maybe
dexterity
he's got-
with Aaron.
Maybe he's got poopy dexterity.
doesn't-
Who knows?
Yeah.
Dex and Wisdom are the two most used saves in this entire game.
And I think that's stupid, but whatever.
The least used is intelligence.
Hi, I use intelligence.
Yes. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. It's gonna be a natural 1, so...
On a failed save, the target takes 48 bludgeoning damage. So, 14 bludgeoning damage, and he is knocked prone.
On the
Straight
floor?
to the ground.
Just come down here, big boy.
Oh, wait, if he's knocked prone, is Wenry freed?
No.
Damn.
You don't get let go just because he falls.
You're still grappled, but he's on the floor now.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's not a
it's time
grapple
to beat
if
that ass.
if it doesn't have a check with it. She's just restrained.
All right,
In
well,
a sense.
Wenry will probably spit out the water that got in her mouth, just like, thanks for like.
Yep, get that motherfucker. Wait, I need to roll actually to see if I go back to the ethereal plane. Hang on.
All right.
I do. The natural 20. I go back to the ethereal realm.
I love this for him.
Just eyes closed, still pleading with this being in Sylvan.
Alrighty.
She's doing her best to make things right. For her family, for everyone.
That does not excuse to break the laws of nature.
So you're not even going to give her a chance to try?
Alrighty. That
And that's-
round,
yep.
it is Leshen's turn as they hit the ground relatively hard. Oh, I gotta actually 1d6.
And it
Yeah, if
was
they're
20
25 feet in the air, they take bludgeoning damage when they fall as well.
20 feet.
2d6. 2 points of bludgeoning damage for both.
Hey.
Ta-da. Okay. It's now Leshen's turn. They get up.
I'm just kidding. I'm like, oh, my back.
Half movement.
What is this weird, like, exorcist kind of performance as the broken wood is then reattached with vines as they put their claws back and their entire form flips over as you see Winry being attached to it, screaming.
I don't like this ride! Get me off! This thing sucks, I hate it!
Alright. And he's gonna make 2 attacks onto Murad.
Okie dokie.
Alright. First one's gonna be a 24 to hit. Oh, the second one's also gonna be a 24 to hit. How?
That'll hit.
How? 2 17s. Seriously. Alright.
Still don't like that dice.
I'm pretty sure we really
It
need
was
to
this
weight
one.
that dice.
It was this one.
I don't like that one either.
It was the Mighty
Dice
9
are
dice.
scary.
All those big dice are very sussy.
I don't know why.
Because they are.
Because they're made with a certain type of plastic, probably. It isn't
Alright.
You
evenly
have the
distributed.
blessings of Matt Mercer in your hand, and I hate it.
Alright.
Damn you, Matt Mercer!
You're taking 16 points for the first hit. And then you're taking 13 points for the second hit.
I'm gonna use my dodge. My reaction
On one of them.
dodge.
Alright. Take half damage on one of
I
those
thought
hits.
it was- Oh yeah, I can only pick one. Fuck. Okay. Okay, so what was?
I would choose the worst one.
It was 16 and 13.
Okay, then yeah, I would pick half on the 16.
Okay.
8 and 13, right?
Yep.
So 21 points in total.
21.
I am already bloodied.
Oh, it's okay, I'm almost at half health.
Alrighty. And that will end its turn. Holly, you're up. And Cotton, we'll get
Alright,
around to you.
Can I run across the altar without interrupting the spell, or do I have to go around it?
You can certainly do that.
Without interrupting the spell?
You would not interrupt it, as long as you're not attacking the caster.
Okay. I would like to come up behind Mirad.
Just like up and over.
sorry. Right.
All right.
Well, so long as you don't step on Cotton's ears, you should be okay.
She's not on tables. She's fine.
No, and I'm going to cast Command on the creature, and I would like to cast Drop to have it release Wenry.
Very nice.
Okay, so I'm assuming it needs to beat your spell DC, or does it just
Wisdom save, yeah.
Wisdom? Okay. Does have a bit in wisdom. Let's see.
Drop.
Natural 1.
Yes!
Yay!
See, it happens both ways.
Thank you! Wenry will probably pull the splinter out of her side.
Okay.
Long little barb.
Oh no, am I stuck?
Yeah, you got a little stuck. It's alright.
Oh no!
Peel it out of there.
Aaron and all of his magical toys hour.
The creature's was right next to Mirad. Just to remember positioning.
Yeah, it was actually in front of Mirad.
Yeah, I was in front of him.
There you go.
And then I'm still maintaining concentration. Am I able to cast a healing spell still, or is that too much magic in one turn?
No, you can cast another spell so long as it's not another concentration spell.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm not sure if holding 3 different magics at once is going to mess with it, so I just want to ask.
Yeah, as long as it's not another concentration spell, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to pump Cure Wounds into Mirad.
Pew pew!
Pew pew!
I swear to God,
Take back
I thought
13.
I thought I heard thunder outside. I hope it's not thunder
thunder
outside.
snow.
Thank you. I am above bloodied.
Alrighty. That'll be the end of Holly's turn.
Yep.
Alright. Cotton, make me another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 25 this time.
25.
Oh my gosh.
You continue to feel the immense burning and the force as suddenly you feel your bones begin to crack and break, as you felt this feeling before
Oh no.
when all this happened.
But now in reverse?
That's what it feels like.
Oh boy. This is going great. Sorry for
Mira,
the
it's
bit of
not
body
looking.
horror, everybody.
Just more
okay.
horrific sounds and screams coming from your wife, Mirab.
Just fucking Reloy in the other plane, just like, Jesus.
Yeah, he has a very deep frown, but he's not going to get distracted just yet.
Alright, Mirad, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna expend another spell dice, spell slot, to change my hex.
Alright.
And change it to, are we saying wisdom or dexterity?
Well, if it only gives disadvantage on checks, there would I'm not sure what wisdom would do in this situation.
It would just level it out because it gets advantage. Dex,
Better
however,
for saves.
yeah.
Yeah, so... I mean, I can try casting slow as well.
I will do wisdom then, just to give it disadvantage on something that it has advantage on, just to cancel it out, so we have more of a chance, I guess.
Alright. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, you said.
Huh?
What?
You said hex only gives disadvantage on checks,
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, not saves.
not saving
saves.
throws.
So I leave it on Dex, I guess, then?
Wish these dice would go away so I can read the spell.
Go away, dice. You're in my way.
Yeah, it only says abilities. So,
Yeah.
Leave
Leave it on
Oh.
Dex.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll put it on dex.
I would
That'll
say
be
save the
better.
spell slot.
You say, well, it's on strength right now. I would rather put it on something else.
All right, well, yep, go for it. Do whatever you want.
I
At
don't
least you
have
still
many.
keep the necrotic.
Yeah, it still adds necrotic still. Like, I don't have many level 1 spells that do Nito stuff. They're mostly utility. But anyway, then I'm going to try to attack twice.
All right, go ahead and make your attacks.
First attack, +9. I rolled a 4, so that's only 13.
Unfortunately, no.
Again, this does not want me to hit with the daydream, and it's really annoying.
It will be a fucking magical day when it does happen.
All right, I
gonna give you
finally
a nat
hit with
20.
the
Hit him
Blade
with
of
the
Squall.
Yippee Yahoo.
All right.
I rolled a 22.
Alrighty, that will hit.
Let me see. So I roll even or odd on a. Hold on, I'm trying to reread this.
Real quick, Ray, you cast
Before.
Green Flame Blade earlier. Was that just on the daydream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that
Oh.
as well. I'm just rolling the
Also,
result for.
how long does that last?
Oh, it lasts
Last for a bit.
a bit. Like, it will last for turns. Let's see. Okay, so I rolled an odd. So I get to they roll a Constitution saving throw against the feature of the Squall Blade.
Okay, Constitution save.
Yep, DC 12.
That'll be a 22.
Okay. Oh well. And then damage. That is a 1 for damage, plus a D8 for Flame Blade, which is just a fire 1 plus 3, so that's 4 points of fire damage.
And then the necrotic, right?
Oh, right, necrotic. Yes, you are absolutely correct. Sorry, I have to switch between different
It's okay.
pages.
I'm
apologies.
holding up the tabs for you too, just in case. I understand.
Let's see. So that's 2 necrotic added onto that. Holly, you won't get mad if I just step behind you, right?
Not even a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna use my mobility movement feature to step away from this creature.
Sorry, don't you get sneak attack on that as well?
Oh.
Oh, I do.
That's right.
Holy fucking shit!
Yeah.
I'm not used to playing a rogue.
Technically, Winry is next to it, so.
Yeah, next to an ally.
When
Just
shakily
wondering on the floor
holds up
like,
a thumb.
hi guys!
Oh, man, I am so not used to playing a rogue. All right, sneak attack. 3d6. 15 more points of
Oh my
slashing
God.
damage.
And doesn't that also do Flame Blade and also necrotic on top
no,
of that?
Flame Blade works with just each attack.
Okay,
And
but the
Hex works with each attack, not sneak attack.
You get your
attack
sneak
adds to the attack.
Yeah, sneak attack adds for the first attack that you hit with.
Yeah, I didn't even hit with the second attack anyway. My first roll was like a 3. I need a 7 or more to actually hit this creature, by the way. And I keep rolling 4s and 3s with the dream.
You
the
need to have a
daydream.
talk with your dice.
They're digital. They don't listen to me. My other dice, they're
They
free.
do. No, they fucking do. Listen,
They do
2
not.
natural 1s in a row, they listen.
They don't listen to me. I'm not tech savvy. My physical dice are well behaved.
Alrighty. And that's the end of Mirad's turn.
Yes, that is the end of Mirad's.
Alright.
Thank you
Winry.
so much, Connor.
Winry, you are up.
All right, first question. Connor, how confident are you about trying to hit another slow on this guy?
Well, if he's got advantage on wisdom saving throws, not very. But
All right.
I've got something else funny planned.
All right, I will let you have that funny plan because I'm going to hit it with Fireball.
Don't set my house on fire!
Should I not?
I mean,
This
you have
thing
your
is gonna
Kleenex
kill us.
out, and
You're
the-
unconscious.
I'm on the floor. All right, well, hey, I've got my Shadow Blade on. I've got Cling Hex. What do you think? Should I just try to hit it?
Shadow Blade is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
If the room we're in is in dim light, then I think you have advantage.
Oh, it's very dim right now.
All right. Well, here we go. You see, I shouldn't have gone with the Cling Hex because that's an 8 to hit.
Advantage.
All
One
right.
more.
That's better. That's a
22.
22.
That will hit.
Hey.
All right. So that is 1d8 plus 3 damage. That's 7.
That's
Hold on, I
10.
gotta... Oh, 10. Well, it
Take
landed
that.
on a 7, so excuse me.
Motherfucking psychic damage.
Sorry, I gotta keep track of this as well. Okay, 10 damage plus slashing damage. That's a 5. And then, since I had it on here, what the hell is Shadow Blade? Okay, and then it's 2d8. Where's that? 1, 2. Ooh, an 8 and a 4. That's 12.
Damn.
So that is 27 total damage.
All right.
Are they any, like,
Nice
particular
little chunk.
damage? Like slashing, and then what was the
Was it
Shadow
necrotic?
Blade?
Psychic?
Shadow Blade is psychic damage.
Psychic
Ooh.
damage, got it.
One of the least resisted types of damage in the game, next to force.
Yeah.
Which I don't believe is resisted by anything.
No, that's why Citra used Thunderball instead of Fireball.
Hee
All right. This thing is looking bloody, you guys.
Damn.
Actually, you guys pushed him past bloody, so he's getting down there.
Oh, that's... Oh.
Okay.
Does Wenry need to move, like, behind him or something, or are you gonna stay right there?
She might have to just wiggle around behind him because she doesn't like being right near that arm. But she doesn't want to leave range because attack, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's already a little owie.
Okay. As you pulling out the blade as it is just cloaked in this darkness, you manage to see as one of the large arms comes towards your general direction before you just swing wide and hard as it cleaves through one of the wooden arms and it scatters across the floor as these long viney tendrils come out in order to replace it.
Ew.
I'm sorry for ruining your doors.
I think they're pretty ruined already.
Alrighty. Rolla, you're up, and then after that, Leshen.
I come back.
Wouldn't he be right in front of the Leshen now?
Yeah, he is.
I actually can pop in 10 feet away from where I disappeared. So I can go ahead and be a little bit closer to the east.
The East.
10 feet gets you about there.
Well then, let's go west. Let's go west then. If, yeah. There we go.
Slide to the left. Slide
Slide to the right.
It is so useful having an understanding of northeast, south, and west. Especially for our game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty.
I pop back in, I'm like, oh, you guys seem like you got this covered. Just in case, though.
Help us!
Hang on, alright? I got this. He cracks his knuckles, he points over at Wenry, seeing that she's got that magical shadow blade she's got going on. And from the ring of spell storing, I will cast Haste.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
Just gives her a Red Bull.
Roll the 14. End of my turn. Actually, you know what? First, I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points. And I'm going to quick spell a firebolt.
Alrighty.
Get you some.
Get some!
Natural 20.
All right, let's see the damage.
Double damage. We
And
found
that little
damage.
spot in between the vines that goes right inside the body.
Yeah. Thunk thunk.
Double damage will be 12.
All right.
Or do I double the dice and then double the damage?
No, it's just double the final number.
Double the final number? 12
Yeah,
then.
so 12. Alrighty. As a large burst of flame exits your palm and it strikes halfway across the head as large chunks of wood come flying off, filling it with these green viney tendrils and then also kind of creating its own horns out of them. But you could also tell the body is beginning to lose its structure. Alrighty.
All right, and in my turn, I pop back into the ethereal plane. And Rolla doesn't have any more flowery speeches. He just
He's done.
He just tilts his head down and he mutters in Sylvan, "Last chance."
Alright. That'll be the end of Roller's turn. Now the Leshens. Okay.
It's like watching him play chess.
Just himself, and he's going after Winry and Holly.
Oh boy! Does the haste help me in any way in this?
Yes. Haste. You have +2 AC, and you have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Handy.
Alright. Just a moment. I made an oopsie. Alrighty. Alright. So, starting with Winry. It's gonna be 21.
Let me see. Yeah, even with that, it wouldn't work. Okay, fine. Yeah, it hits.
And Holly. 15.
Yeah, that hits.
Winry, you are taking 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And Holly, you're taking 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
I am at a little over a quarter health.
I'm watching.
Alrighty.
Your cleric's standing. We're good.
And that will be the end of its turn. And
My turn, right?
Yep, Holly's up. And
I'm sorry, Holly. How much damage did you take from that last one? I missed that.
18.
Gotcha. Alright, carry on.
Holly is going to point at it and say, "I'm tired of you," and path to the grave.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Next attack does double damage.
Next attack indeed does double damage. But I am going to heal Wenry.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Let's see here.
Alright, how much healing damage do you deal?
I'm getting there, 1 second. Because I'm gonna heal you at a nice high level.
Oh, damn.
Take 14.
Oh, that's nice.
Alrighty. All I remember from Baldur's Gate 3 right now is whenever you heal somebody, you just hear, Alrighty.
And that's the end.
Sam. Alright. Cotton,
It's the end.
Yeah.
make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Hello, are we reading today? Thank you. Train teacher.
Oh my gosh.
I have a +6 to con.
Yay, barbarian.
As all of you see as the lighting from the platform becomes more intense, as it now begins to glow and flash and change various colors, as you see a large glowing body that is Cotton, as you begin to almost see as it melds into a single shape and then compact before stretching back out and then in another burst of energy. And I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw, including the
Does that
lesson.
include the lesson?
It does include the lesson.
That's an 8 from Winry.
A 12 for Holly.
15 from Mirad.
And Reloy's in the other plane.
No, I'm in the ethereal plane.
Yep.
I'm just watching this happen.
Okay. Mirad, you feel an immediate burst of radiant energy. Holly, you feel the scorching energy of it. And Winry, as you see, your eyes just are blinded by the bright light as this massive energy just goes boom as it cracks through. Everyone is taken.
Oh.
$18 points of force damage.
Ooh. Oh my.
Winry, you take the full of it. Holly, you take half because you just barely make it. And Mirad, you take half.
By the way, I gotta say thank you for healing me for that, because I would have gone down.
How much was it again? Sorry.
Even if you would have
18
gone down, I'd have
points.
brought you right back.
18 points,
Gotcha.
halved, so 9 for you. And because it was the first damage that the Leshen got, it is twice over. And as you see, as this thing raises its large wooden claw to come down onto the platform, as the burst of energy, it hits it, and you hear this weird, creaky wooden screech as it is just torn asunder from the light.
Nice.
As all of you are taken aback by the immediate bright shining light as it begins to all begin to die down, as all the flames and candles have been blown out and darkness returns. And for a moment, as everything in your sights all begin to return to you, Murad and Holly, as you both turn, laying there with the leftover folds of clothes, kind of hiding what one would assume to hide. You see Murad for the first time in years, returning back the form and the face of Alicia Cottonelle. Human form. Laying there quietly as if sleeping like a child. As the ritual completes,
Holly's gonna put her hand on Murad's back. Go to her.
Winry's just
Yeah,
Winry's gonna hang out on the floor over here.
Winry's gonna take it out.
he's a little stunned, but does walk slowly towards her. Is it okay to approach?
as you can see, like sweat dripping down the face of Agatha. The ritual is complete. You can approach her.
He immediately comes forward and checks on her. like
Soft.
touching her face and
Like, is
And
this
then-
real?
wake her up a little bit, slowly if possible, though he understands if she's too exhausted to wake up right now. Cotton?
Is she too exhausted to wake up, Aaron?
Your eyes peel open as the most familiar face, the most welcoming face to you, is right in front of you.
She probably does look exhausted, I guess, if anything, for flavor text here. Knee-jerk reaction would be to, like, try and, like, touch him, but she'd stop and see a human hand, I'm assuming? And it's just that pause of shock as she's staring at her hand, because she didn't really... She didn't have a lot of faith that this was gonna work.
Murad takes the hand. Gently squeezes it.
She's like staring between the hand to him and then looking to Agatha, just her bearings are returning to her here. And then she just kind of like looks at the rest of herself and she doesn't feel those long ears anymore. It worked. And then she looks at him one more time to make sure like nothing violent happened to him in the sense of her attacking someone like the last time.
No, you're fine. He looks beaten up, but he's like, you didn't do this. Oh gosh, you didn't see what happened.
She
But
just
you
shakes
didn't
her
do
head,
this.
but like she just, you see the tears welling up in the eyes, and she just hugs him like super strong. Well, at least she tries to. She's so weak right now, probably.
He just like, he has like the small reaction just of like remembering how strong you were, and just like, oh,
No,
wait, you're
she's small.
You're back to you're so
By the
tiny.
way,
She's
for
so
Holly's
tiny
sake-
compared to Mirad.
Alicia's human form is the same size as Holly's.
Finally.
I'm not alone!
Short queens. Short queens. Yeah, all of you.
Now there's only one big person left to ensmallen.
She kind of realized her clothes are also like a little big on her now. She's like, "Can I borrow your jacket, please?"
Okay, yeah. Puts his giant, enormous fucking jacket over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. And she's just kind of like looking over to Agatha, just in shock. But thank you.
As she goes over to you and kind of looks you up and down. Now, as per accordance of this, I must beware you. There are certain emotional triggers that might end up causing the spell to waver.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
From what I was able to detect, it seems like your anger is the more prone one.
I could have guessed that one. That makes sense.
So, it would be pertinent of you to remain level-headed at times. And that does not mean that things are all right. You're very much still under the effects of whatever your accident have caused. You could very well lose your humanity at any point in time, but for the time being, at least now, you'll be able to travel as you wish. And you'll be able to attend a gala in a dress.
All this for a dress, right? But thank you. I really do appreciate what you've done, and there's not enough words, really.
Mirad is still holding your hand.
She's not letting go. Like, she's so afraid that if she does, like, it's gonna go all the way back. Like, it never happened. And then she'll look around, and then for a pause, where's Reloy?
Oh, he's...
I'm still on the ethereal plane.
He's doing some magic shenanigery. He'll pop in at some point.
Quite literally, he'll pop in.
By the way, what am I seeing now that everything is over? Does this being still exist there?
Whatever the entity was, sending their emissary was message enough. They are long gone.
Roy just shouts into the ether. Storms make trees grow deeper roots.
No one can hear your badass slogan in the ethereal plane but yourself.
In the ethereal plane, nobody can hear you scream.
Teehee.
And then
Rolai, come on!
Oh! And now Reloy's got a human sitting in front of him.
Well, that was something.
Indeed, it was.
Oh, Miss Wenry. Oh, he's gonna walk over and pop you
It's
another
okay. just leave me here for a minute.
I'm so sorry.
Not your
I
fault.
Not
I don't think it was.
Relieved. I am just relieved. Nothing happened the way I was fearing it would.
Don't worry, you didn't attack us. Though, the green lady, I don't know who that was.
Green
They
lady?
seemed very upset with you trying to do this.
Yeah.
Would
I gave her
this
a
ring
few
a bell
choice
in
words.
Cotton's head?
Do you guys describe the best of your knowledge?
Yeah, Mirad describes what he saw.
Yeah, Reloy also says what he sees as well.
She does have Arcana and History.
Actually, this would be closer to religion.
Ugh.
I could do a religion check.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, make me a religion.
$12.
Oh, okay. I'll take your 14 instead. From many different kinds of depictions of the goddess of nature, the Evergreen Guide, known for the large antlers, the long hair, the green motif, and also the staff with a lantern, has often been the representative of the goddess of nature herself.
Ah. Yeah, Cotton would just kind of pale a little bit, like, but then it's just, no, that makes sense that the goddess of nature would be pissed.
It sounds like she came to give you some retribution for perceived crimes.
Yeah.
Mirad just kind of frowns. It's just like, damn goddesses.
Yeah, they like to have their own ways, don't they?
Just,
I guess
your god's fine so far. Just.
Your relationship with the divine is interesting at best, Murad.
That's a good way to put it.
this big green nature lady's gonna have to try harder next time.
Oh, please, don't invite that.
Agatha,
I already had some choice words for her in the ethereal realm. You do not want to know what I said.
but now I want to know.
Let's finish this bottle of wine then.
If you can get me a blanket, I'll just stay right here. Thank you.
Is there anything else I owe you, Agatha? And you just did me one of the biggest favors.
No. I think that you'll be doing me more than enough favors with helping me with this particular mission that I have for you. I
That's
promised
good
you,
to hear.
I promised you I would fix the matter, and I, for one, do not believe that the goddess of nature should discern how punishments should be distributed, but, as I said, those with skills like mine are understanding of magic's rules, and then gods have to have their own. I just found a loophole.
Understood. I'll never forget this, thank you. I do understand that this isn't over yet, but it gives me a little bit more leeway, at least on my end.
I'm also sure it gives you a lot of hope.
It does.
That's good. As she guides you all off of the pedestal or the altar, you can see as the magic then melds back into the floor perfectly where it was left, and that staff returns to the hand as she puts it back into the bag. Right. Well, I have other duties that need to be handled, and I'm relatively sure Ehrenvold has been worried sick without my presence next to him as of late. So, I have other matters to attend to, but the rest of you stay safe until tomorrow night.
You too.
Thank you.
And if you ever need anything else, just call for me, and I'm sure there are many who will give way to finding me.
Thank you.
Merritt hands her a goodie bag.
As she goes towards the door, and you can see as this arcane circle begins to expand and then fill onto the floor, she steps above it. What a curious bunch you all are. Well then, hopefully this will not be the last time you see of Agatha Nightingale. As she taps the staff and she just disappears.
And Cotton's stomach drops. Nightingale.
Oh, did we just walk into something?
I don't know.
Nope. We're not thinking about this right now. We're gonna be happy.
Hey,
We're gonna be
wine
happy.
time.
Just for a little bit, okay? I'm tired of having a moment of happiness and it getting fucked.
Okay, well, Rolite, is that water still hot? I need a bath now.
It's probably got essence of Roloi in it, but
I'll change the water.
yep.
Use your prestidigitation to clean it.
I can't, he can.
That is true. I could do that.
She didn't deserve that goodie bag. But anyway, now that I know who she is. But anyway, we're celebrating.
Well, we
Champagne.
know her last name. There could be others with her last name, like if it's a family name. Could be a different Nightingale.
Until proven otherwise,
Sus.
sus.
Sauce.
They both just say sus at the same time.
That's fine.
I want to tell you that she's probably holding on to you because for 2.5 years she's been walking around on digigrid legs.
Yeah. Do you want me to carry you? He kind of gives a cheeky smile.
She just looks at the stairs, looks at him. I'll never say no to that from you.
Yay.
No, how cute.
Roloi will sort of like be idly twirling his beard and his finger. He looks down at the sort of graying mane that he's got going on. He'll turn his head over to look back at where that altar was, and then he'll look over at Cotton and squint his eyes and be like,
What?
It's on your
What are you
mind.
thinking?
Oh, nothing, I'm sure. It's nothing.
Wondering
Crazy
if the same
idea.
thing could work on you?
yeah. I think I'm tired of being old.
Well,
Worth
could
it to
ask-
look into?
It's fun being crotchety, but like, you know,
we could ask to borrow her book, or we can just borrow her book next year.
yeah, maybe. For now, I need to go
Let's
clean
enjoy
my
some
backwater.
cookies and some wine or champagne. I think there's scotch somewhere in there. I'm sure Azure hides it, but I'm sure I can find it.
Scotch and wine and beer. Oh my!
Sorry, I'll be right back. I need to go check.
Help.
Go for it, Blue.
We'll probably
Merritt
need
is
your help
just
to
carrying
reach the cookies.
Merritt is just carrying Cotton with one arm and like scrounging around with the other. So it's like, okay, reaching for the cookies. Here you go. Just puts the whole jar next to Winry, who's on the floor still.
Wenry she will carefully take the lid off. She will reach in, just blindly find one cookie, bring it out, carefully replace the lid, and just hum nom 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 nom.
Do you want me to bring you a glass of milk?
Please.
Okay.
What about you, Roloi? Want anything with your wine?
Cheese.
Maybe his robes?
I mean, I already gave those to him.
Robe's optional.
Well, now with the door literally gone, you might
right.
want them. It's
Oh,
a little
yeah.
cold out there.
It is a bit nippy.
And I'm not sure how many people are used to seeing a naked satyr.
I'm not. It's all natural is the word.
I see no pants.
I'm sure the big green lady appreciated it.
Oh.
I still see no pants.
I mean,
Here's your glass of milk.
Thank you.
Oh,
Holly,
Connor.
could you assist me with... Huh?
I'm
What's
back.
up?
Why are you holding your face? What did I miss?
Connor.
Who the fuck else, really? Let's be honest.
Shock you to know that
Just...
Connor, what did you do?
would it shock you to know that I've never worn pants around you all? It's just been the robe.
Yeah, like, I thought you guys realized that. He was,
It's
like,
still
freeballing the
here?
whole time.
It's still
Is
clothing.
Is
His
Cotton still
nudity
here with
doesn't
you guys?
upset me. Yes.
Okay, cool. She just
Yeah.
kind of look at him and be like,
Thank you,
he's covered
Holly.
in fur.
Yeah, he's fine.
I know, but how often are we going to get the chance to make fun of him for going through an entire fight without any clothes on? If you want me to live a little, I'm going to do it now.
That's confidence. I don't know how you make fun
You
of
know
that.
what? Go
Listen,
for it.
I am perfectly comfortable with how I look with or without clothes on.
Yeah.
Well,
I just
that's
wish
at
I
least
was
one of
less
us.
old.
That's one of us, at least. Ugh.
Oh, by the way, Blue, Merritt is carrying Cotton around with one arm.
I mean, she's small compared to you.
like, and helping picking up and moving stuff around with the other arm.
Just like, could you bring me to my room so I can actually put my old clothes on? Squints at him.
We can't keep having discussions about clothing.
I don't want to put you down.
I didn't say you had to.
Mirad, go upstairs with your wife.
All right, you guys put curtains on the front door or something.
No. What looks at? No, there's no door.
Yeah, there's no door. We need to put something up.
Were the doors
You're fine.
blasted down or, like, blasted to pieces?
And they
no,
were turned
they
into
were-
the being that we
The
fought.
doors were
right.
turned into
Yes,
the thing,
right.
and thus we destroyed the doors.
I don't have mending.
I have mending, but how many splinters of door are left?
I mean, there's a lot of wood just kind of
Okay.
scattered about.
Well, we
Alright.
could probably find a different door up here and then
Yeah,
No,
like,
put it on the front.
Do what you
Yeah.
can so that we don't have a big gaping hole into the outside night of Hollengrad.
yeah.
All right.
We need to get something here.
Rolai, can you reverse time to pull these pieces at least closer together so I can mend them?
I
Like,
don't
I mean,
think
we've-
so.
We've got a splinter. We've got splinters up in the ceiling and in the walls and everything. It's
Okay,
gonna take
yeah.
forever to get
Mirad's
that
walking
together.
I'm
upstairs.
gonna go get a broom. I'll get a
Oh.
broom. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Mirad takes
The the cleaning crew.
Upstairs.
We're just gonna work as best we can.
It takes a lot of time, but you manage to piece a door back together for the most part.
Got so many splinters.
So many pieces of bandages. Alright. As a lot of you kind of begin to calm down, and Cotton, you make your way back upstairs. As putting on clothes for the very first time, human normal clothes. It is.
And it's her clothes, so that's a bonus.
However, a particular thought came to mind as you managed to finish putting on all these clothes. You have a choice as you move forward into the future. Will you continue to walk this path where you will fight as a beast, or will you learn to pick up an old weapon for the future?
Is she able to see the old weapon sitting in her room?
Mm-hmm. It's an old locked box sitting on top of the armoire.
She'd open it just to finally be able to hold it again.
As you open this long box, you see a long-barreled rifle. As you can see deep within the etchings is glowing bloody fire red, and the ever small amount of smoke that comes out from the end of the barrel.
She'd just run her hand along and be like, "Hello, old friend." She'd be able to pick it up, so she would just... You remember this, don't you, Mirad?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Things are going to be interesting.
Would we need to do any practice?
Maybe. But I don't think so. It's like riding a bike. You never really
Yeah.
fall off.
Understandable.
My eyesight's still the same, I just no longer have blind sight, at least I think, for now in this form. For
How are
now,
you
they're in their home, so she...
How are you feeling?
I want to be happy, but I'm still cautious. Like she said, this isn't the end of it. It's just merely giving me the chance to be more attached to my human self. It's still there, as she said. And I still have to figure out how to finish reversing this my way. The scientific way, how I did this in the first place, to be able to make sure this stays safe and stable.
Yeah.
If there is one. Otherwise, it's still a part of me. But she did give me hope.
I'm glad.
And the next time we see Zara, he can't explain away why Mommy is still alive.
We need to make sure, or at least try our best, that he doesn't find out about this new appearance, or he might double down on preventing us from seeing her.
He still wants me to come back.
He does.
So this might even give him hope, so...
Maybe. It depends on what he wants from you. I
To
still...
continue my work with him.
Well, not just that, but... He seemed very interested in your other form.
Yeah, I am afraid of it being used on others to be used like a weapon.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be used for healing, not this transformation. This was never supposed to be a transformation, just being able to heal things that would generally just stay permanently damaged.
Yeah, I don't trust that he just wants you back for research. I'm betting
No,
he wants you back
he would want me
for...
to continue to perfect it, for sure.
Yeah, he wants the Camaro.
Mm-hmm. He's not an evil person, but he has...
He has
in my mind,
ambitions
almost
that
no
have led
morals.
him on an evil path.
He's never done anything wrong to me.
Not personally.
No. And that's why it's very hard to paint him with that black and white, this is evil, that is good.
Oh no, he's a clearly gray person, but he's not innocent either.
No. But neither was I.
He lied to our daughter and he told me to go on a ship that did not have my daughter on it. And then he adopted our daughter.
He protected her. At your
Yes.
rate. But I'm not fighting you on this. I'm just saying it is incredibly hard to argue about him or with him, against him, for him. He's just frustrating. He's a mess in my mind. He seems to always be a few steps ahead. But I will take this as a win. I will take this as a step forward.
Yeah. I will too.
Don't have to worry about ripping you to shreds with my hands anymore.
I wouldn't care if you did that, but...
The height chain's gonna get something used to again, but...
Yeah. Yeah. Vera's giving a smile.
She'll, quickly, she'll put the gun down and quickly change into, her night clothes that she would have here, so that way she's not just standing in baggy-ass clothes.
He doesn't mind her wearing his jacket.
No, but she would like to actually be wearing clothes that fit her.
But you know what I mean.
I do, but we still have to go check on them downstairs who have been in the wine, and apparently Reloy's running around without clothes on, and everyone's got a problem about it.
It's fine. He has fur pants.
As you both spend a very close night together, and the rest of you celebrating a victory. As the night comes to a close here, in the far-off distance, a scene plays out. In the cathedral ward, a rather notable man, as he enters within the hall of the Platinum Emperor and takes a seat, staring up at it. I am left with an impossible task, and a near impossible choice. But you tell her, if any of you come ever again, I will bring the full force of the Black Archives down on each and every one of you. You went to my house. You attacked my daughter, which you know you do not fucking do. I do not care for your loss. I do not care for your existence. Gods or otherwise, we all play by the rules. regardless if it is from a unified enemy. As the body leans back, as the scene fades away, another standing on top of a massive tower, staring down at the large city of Arneum. A figure with shining eyes like the night sky smiles down. The next 24 hours, events will play out that cannot be undone. And this figure knows it. That, as the clouds cover the sky and snowfall begins to make its way to the city, this cool night is only buffeted by the warmth of beds and drinks and partners. With that will be the end of today's session.
Woo!
Hot
We did
damn.
it.
Alrighty. Oh, we got so much to show for next episode. Oh god.
Not me, I showed everything.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true.
Rollo's got nothing to hide.
Before we end tonight, we're going to go ahead, jump on into some quick announcements. And me and Blue are going to be talking about some stuff after session. But with that being said, the relatively quick announcements, I'm not going to get into any more D6 announcements, as we've already kind of covered the basis of that. I am also back into streaming again, hopefully. If you guys are interested in checking me out, it is over on twitch.tv/Yoroshiyen. I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3 and probably some more Final Fantasy Persona 5, we will see. But yeah, I also am coming out with, by the time I guess I can announce this, a free run one-shot abridged abridged that I have been working on with a couple of close friends. It's a small little project I've been really looking forward to making. So yeah, I'm just really happy, really excited. Cannot wait for when it is done and I can show you the rather sassiness that was added in that project.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Last things last, as always, if you want to help out the channel, if you want to help out D6 in general, please do think about going to check out our Patreon. It is D6EOE for our Patreon, just like our TikTok. Mm-hmm. All of our episodes release about a week early, so you'll be able to catch that at the $5 tier. We also have bonus content at the $10 tier, and also as well as our homebrewed content that is coming out for it as well. All right, that's it for me. Blue, how you now?
Hi, it's me, it's Blue, or Blue Kazanate. I am fine. I have to go finish some artwork for myself now. Woohoo! Surprise, guys! I mean, she has been saying she's human under all this whole time. Not much else is going on. I'm still finishing my studies for cybersecurity, so things have been a little bit busy on my end, because that job pays really well if you can get it. Anyway, other than that, I have been streaming on Twitch, but also I've been streaming on TikTok because I realized I had over 2,000 followers and met the criteria. So if you want to actually see me stream on those over there, it's still the same name, Blue Kazanate, as well on Twitch too. I also have a Discord server. Every once in a blue moon, I will do like a little private stream on there as well. I'm so sorry for those who are already on it that it's so slow. Things are just, life as an adult in the year of 2024. Anyways, but yeah, got more art coming out. I just recently, by this time it came out, already posted some of the new, the shitposty emotes of the D6 crew, so that's what I'm trying to get more into. I love those. They were so much fun. Thank you guys for participating
so
in that.
good.
Oh, yeah. We just
you
need
did
one
amazing.
for me now.
Yes, I will get to the DM, of course. Alright, not much else on my end, so I will pass it over to Ray.
Hello, I am Ray, also known as Key Inc. or Calligraphy Inc. on various social medias, including Tumblr, Twitter, Blue Sky, and let's see, I kind of have an Instagram. I haven't posted much of anything on anywhere because life is very busy, but hopefully I will get back on the ball after a few more little NDA stuff gets done again. But I am having fun with my friends, and I'm doing, every time I have free time, I've been doing my own homebrew. Well, not homebrew. I am trying to create my own individual roleplay tabletop system to be useful for my friends that enjoy just various tabletops and stuff like that.
You all right there, Aaron?
Buddy? What happened?
Okay.
What happened?
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh no?
The chair broke.
What? I just bought that thing!
I know! What the fuck?
Who did you piss off?
Obviously, the god of nature
Somebody?
because the wood snapped. Alright, well, Anyway,
We'll talk this week.
yeah, we'll talk, we'll talk. DM's
all right.
going off screen.
Yes, work out those legs. Okay. Let's see. Other than that, commissions are closed at the moment. But while I am working on the secondary project, hopefully, this is February. I should be coming out with some sort of PDF soonish about like just some standard core basic rules. The classes will be worked on probably closer to March. So yeah, hope to give you guys something to look forward to. On to you, B.
Hi, I'm B. Pastel Werewolf or Pastel Wolf on various different social media platforms. For once, I actually am cooking up something. There will be some art coming out soon.
Ooh.
Looking at you there, DM. Coming out of the big winter freeze, and so my social accounts will start having some art up on them soon. But I'm gonna wait to announce more on that until I have some. So, passing it on to Connor.
That's me. They can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, and Blue Sky at Distortion Devil. I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I also make my own D&D homebrew that is on the DM's Guild. I've got a bunch of subclasses, and I've also got a bunch of elemental spellbooks. Most recently, I'm working on the Photomancer spellbook. A bunch of light and radiant spells.
Ooh.
Now, arcane casters can play with radiant damage, too.
Yes.
And he'll wear pants in his streams.
Hopefully. I don't
Not
have a
really
camera, so you'll
necessary.
never
The
know.
world may never know.
Anyway. Last but not least.
Yeah, Kendra.
Last but not least, me! Hi everyone, Kendra, Transient Day, pretty much everywhere around the internet. Primarily, I've been getting back into my Tumblr. It's a hellscape there, but it's my hellscape. Basically, not doing much on my end. If I put anything fun on my social media, then hey, maybe that'll get you laughing, or maybe it'll be an educational dinosaur thing. I don't know. Who knows? It's me. I'm also managing the D6 EOE. Let's see, so this, by now we are back to our regular posting, and I believe we're actually going through a new formula for TikTok, so hey, you might be able to see new videos. Of course, all of our best of. This is TikTok. Check us out at D6EOE. Leave a message, because I love talking to you guys.
Yeah. Alright, all good?
I think that's it.
I am full eagle right now.
Buddy.
Alright,
I just know you're throwing it back.
I need to see a photo of that chair.
I just sent
it's
it
in
in
there.
chat.
Oh, jeez.
That being said, nothing else pressing? Nothing,
Not like and subscribe. Those little
Yeah.
buttons should shimmer and shine whenever we say those words on YouTube. So
Heck yeah. Alright, well, that being said, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Please do be safe out there. We love you, and as always, see you next Sunday. My legs.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.